Millennium Sports presents Bright Lights 5A Division I Area Championship Football as the El Paso El Dorado Aztecs meet the Richland Royals. Tonight's game is brought to you by Origin Bank of DFW, More Than Air Heating and Air Conditioning of DFW, S&B Roofing Exterior and Fencing of Keller, State Farm Agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth, Our Country Homes of DFW, custom homes you can afford. Macero Mexican Restaurant, South Lake. Allied Pest Control of North Richland Hills and DFW. Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth. Author James C. Bivens' book, Walking Through the Valley of Grief, available now on Amazon. Cleveland and Company Electric of Weatherford, Texas. Richland Touchdown Club. And Harris Ratings Weekly of Corinth and Van Harris. Now, let's join Brendan Snow and John Frow at Jones Stadium on the campus of Texas Tech University of Lubbock, Texas.
Here, live from Lubbock, Texas. John Frow, President of Millennium Sports, unable to make the trip. He's back home in DFW, but I'm here in Lubbock, Texas, out west, to give you this 5A Region 1 Division 1 matchup between the Richland Royals. They're playing home team to the El Paso El Dorado Aztecs here in the area round of the 5A playoffs. Again, I welcome you in, Brendan Snow, here on the More Than Air pregame show, here to set up this all-important area matchup. Winner tonight takes on the winner of Abilene and Denton Ryan. That game taking place at the same time, so we'll be checking in on scores on that and other area matchup games all night long. But here, an audio presentation of the Richland Royals football, as due to UIL regulations, we aren't able to show gameplay during the game, but we will have the camera. We will show you some other scenes from the area, the crowd, and what's going on here in Lubbock, but no gameplay will be shown. I'll provide all that with commentary, as this is the More Than Air pregame show. Richland Royals hosting here in Lubbock the El Paso El Dorado Aztecs. We'll take our first time out on the More Than Air pregame show. When we return, I have a conversation with El Paso El Dorado head coach Frank Martinez, brought to you by State Farm Agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth. Back after a message.
More Than Air serves DFW with high-quality sales and service of heating and air systems from Trane and other quality manufacturers. Choosing More Than Air offers temperature control and peace of mind. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a full system overhaul, call More Than Air 972-383-9510 or go online to morethan-air.com.
A minor accident can turn into a hassle. Fort Worth State Farm Agent Earl Wood offers auto insurance with a combination of service, price, and protection. Earl's office is at 2900 South Hewland, Suite 50 in Fort Worth. Details available online at earlwood.biz. That's earlwood.biz. Fort Worth State Farm Agent Earl Wood. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Back in the More Than Air pregame show, now I'm joined with the El Paso El Dorado head coach Frank Martinez. This talk sponsored by State Farm Agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth. Coach, I'm going to get right to it. Talking about last week, y'all beat Amarillo 77-76. I was just talking to some of your assistant coaches. They're saying it was still one of the craziest games they've ever seen.
Yes, sir.
Y'all down 42-14, I believe, early in the game, and just talk about how that rallies up, how that carries over into this next round.
No, definitely. I mean, in the Texas State playoffs, everybody's great. You know what I mean? And and we played a really good team in Amarillo, and, you know, all credit to those guys. I mean, those guys were prepared. Those guys had a ton of talent, and, you know, our guys were prepared for that challenge. And, you know, not one time at all, no matter if it was, you know, down 35-7 or right when we were up, you know, 77-76, that our guys even waver or blink an eye. I mean, every single time they came off the sideline, just, we're going to win this game, coach. We're going to win this game. And, you know, they executed, and, you know, we were able to come out with that W.
And I can't help but think that you guys often execute well. I mean, I see 4 straight games over 55 points. You average 55 points per game as an offense. Just sounds like a machine out there. Leading that offense, the senior running back, Ryan Estrada, with his 2,800 yards. But who else on the team, and who else gets credit for everything coming together in the offense?
Yeah, you know, I think last week was a great display of all that. You know, Ryan Estrada is definitely, you know, the one that it runs all through. And, you know, Bryson Booth is a heck of a quarterback. You know, he's done a great job, you know, leading us this year and mixing it up, you know, whether that be on his reads, whether that be him running it, him throwing it, and he has some great weapons on the outside. You know, Jadarius Sanders has the ability to not just take them to the house on, you know, some catches, but also on kick returns. And his counterpart over there, Rashawn Bryant, showed he could do the same. And Adrian Olivas is, you know, number 6. He's our heart and soul. You know, he plays linebacker, slot, H-back. I mean, you name it, you know, that guy can do it. So we got a lot of different weapons. We're fortunate to have those guys, and, you know, looking forward to those guys executing tonight as well.
And then, of course, obviously the other side of the game on defense, the Aztecs giving up 30 points per game, about 150 passing yards, but kind of looked like a 4-2-5 style defense, right? How's that coming about? Is that target kind of taking away the pass?
Yeah, no, and that's the thing is, you know, we've been playing some teams that can sling it around, and so that's going to be our focus, you know, and obviously the team we had tonight, they have a great back as well. You know, they can mix it up, and you know, they can sling the ball around, so, you know, we'll have our hands full, but, you know, our defense has stepped up and made big plays and big moments, and especially when it counts the most, so we're looking forward to them having a great night as well.
Coach, is there a running back matchup in the state of Texas this weekend that's as big as this one with Jayshon Gibson and Ryan Estrada, just how talented they are?
No, exactly. You know, over there on that side, I mean, that guy does a tremendous job. You know, they have a great line. You know, they do a lot of things to, you know, put him in good positions as well. So, you know, we'll have our work cut out for us on that end. The fortunate thing is our guys see that almost every week and every single day in Ryan Estrada. I mean, he scouts for us, especially this week, you know what I mean? So our guys had their hands full, you know, Monday through Thursday. So we're hoping that can help them out tonight.
All right, and then lastly, there's always that extra part of the game, the third part, special teams, kick returns. I mean, you guys had 4 kick return touchdowns, I believe, on the season between your 2 big-time receivers, Rashawn Bryant and Jadarius Sanders. And talk about that game, the kicking game with Oscar Salazar, and just how important that can be. His field position in a game like this matters a lot.
Again, you know, everybody's great at this level right now, and so we're going to have to make sure that we can take advantage wherever we can. You know, all 3 aspects. We got guys that can, you know, make plays, and, you know, those guys showed it last week. You know, Oscar was perfect from extra points, and, you know, he had some big ones, especially the last one to, you know, seal the deal. And then, like you mentioned, you know, our guys can, you know, do some special things when they have the ball in their hand, whether it be catching it, running it, or, you know, taking on a kick return. And so we're going to need, you know, that spark wherever we can get it. And definitely special teams, we're looking at having a good time there as well.
All right, well, thank you, Coach. Giving us a few minutes here in the pregame. Good luck tonight.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks, sir.
Thank you. Again, an interview with El Paso El Dorado head coach Frank Martinez, brought to you by State Farm agent of Fort Worth, Earl Wood. When we return on the More Than Air pregame show, I have a talk with Richland head coach Jed Cates back on the More Than Air DFW pregame show after this timeout.
When faced with a life cycle event such as getting married, having a baby, buying a home or car, planning for retirement, or planning for college, Fort Worth State Farm agent Earl Wood has products and knowledge to help. Earl's office is at 2900 South Hewland, Suite 50 in Fort Worth. Details online at earlwood.biz. That's earlwood.biz. State Farm is for life.
S&B Roofing and Exteriors is faith-based, Fletcher family-owned, and fiercely driven, serving Keller and DFW since 2003. We have an exemplary record of installing quality roofing systems for commercial buildings and prestigious specialty homes. Our crew members each have over 10 years' experience as certified installers of Owens Corning and CertainTeed products. Your roof protects your biggest investment, your home. For help, call S&B Roofing and Exteriors at 817-281-6433 or see us online at snbroofing.com.
This commercial isn't about us. It's about you. It's about you and your first sip of your jalapeno margarita. It's about you and the fresh avocado and your shrimp ceviche. You and your family enjoying a good meal and good company. Celebrating with your closest friends, making a toast to a good year. Dessert, your favorite, Cinco Leches. When it's about you, you know you're at the right place. Make your reservation. Make it about you. Make it Macero.
Back on the More Than Air pregame show. Now I'm joined with the Richland Royals head coach, Jed Cates. This interview brought to you by More Than Air of DFW. Coach Cates, the congrats of Richland Royals. Won another bi-district playoff game. It's starting to become the custom here with the Royals. Happening a bunch over the past few seasons, but let's talk about getting ready here for round two. Area, the team out west you're not as familiar with, and we're all the way out here in Lubbock.
It's really fun, and these guys, they probably feel like they're a team of destiny, you know, after their crazy win the other night, and we got to make sure they know they're not. And we hope we can establish some physicality early in the game, and then let Jay Sean and the guys do their thing.
Yeah, talking about Jay Sean and the guys, talk about the junior running back, Jay Sean Gibson. I mean, he had 150 yards last week, 5 touchdowns. He was just dominating from the backfield. Talk about Jay Sean, how much does he bring tonight, and what do you need from him?
Well, he's special, and I think I said it last week. He's a special player, but he's a special kid. He's easy to block for, but our offensive line deserves a ton of credit too, because sometimes he doesn't get touched till he's in the secondary, and that's a really special deal too. But then one guy never brings him down, and he's one of those guys that when you're not sure what to do, call one to number one.
In that game last week, I mean, that game had 120 total points. 77-43 final, the win over O.D. Wyatt. What's going on in that? 43 points. I'm sure your defense coordinator, Dudley McAfee, didn't like that.
He did not like it. But, number one, their quarterback was a special player. We thought if we could tackle him, it would be more like 20. And we didn't tackle him enough, But I tell you what, he did that for 11 games. He did that every single game, even the ones they lost. And hats off to that kid. And then their coaches. I love the Chris brothers. Their coaches, they're great guys. But, yeah, even though it's funny you can give up 43 and the game's never really in doubt, and that was a weird feeling for us. But we're proud that, like you said earlier, we plan on being bi-district champs every year and on to the next, and that's what it's all about,
Yeah, and then your opponents tonight, El Paso El Dorado, the Aztecs, they have a pretty special running back themselves, Ryan Estrada, the senior. He's committed to Minnesota. He's put up a lot of big games. It looked like, just looking at the stats, a very run-heavy team in El Paso El Dorado. Kind of similar game maybe last week, the style between the two teams?
I think so. It'll be the same deal. If we can tackle number one, here we are again. Estrada's number one. He's a special running back. Really, really good. And when you're committed to a Big Ten team, you're pretty good. And if we can keep him in front of us and make them execute over and over and tackle better, then I think we'll be able to control and make them a little less one-dimensional, which is, you're right, they want to run the football.
And that'll put a big task on I want to highlight your linebacking core. Those 3 sophomores, Jacob Martinez, Hunter Yost, and Darion Jones. Darion Jones had a fumble return touchdown last week. He was big, and that's just tough, having 3 underclassmen starting in the second level.
Yeah, it's one of those deals. We know we're going to be good in the future, but by God, we want to be good right now, and we want to. And they know that, and they're great kids, and they want to be good. So it's exciting. But when you think about 3 sophomore linebackers in a 4-3 defense, how big a deal they are. Those guys better be good. But it's kind of like Jimmy Johnson used to say with the Cowboys: "I'll take talent over experience every time." And these guys are talented guys, and now they have 11 games of experience, so they have no excuse anymore anyway. So they're sophomores only, and only when they go to class. That's it.
Well said, Coach. Well, appreciate you giving us a few minutes here in the pregame. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
And that interview with Richland Royals head coach Jed Cates, brought to you by More Than Air of North Richland Hills. We return on the More Than Air pregame show. I have a scouting report on the El Paso Dorado Aztecs, brought to you by State Farm agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth. Back after this timeout.
Welcome home. Our Country Homes, a 3rd-generation DFW-owned custom builder. We focus on clients' needs, building homes on lots or at any of our 18 lifestyle communities. Call 817-229-0344 or go to ourcountryhomes.com. Enjoy. Cleveland and Company Electric of Weatherford, Texas offers full electrical services for commercial and residential properties. Whether it be new construction, remodels, or even whole home generators by Generac or Kohler, call Tanner Cleveland at 817-938-7680. Go Richland Royals. Enjoy the game.
And back in the More Than Air pregame show. Now time to talk about the El Paso El Dorado Aztecs. Scouting report brought to you by State Farm agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth. The Aztecs, they come in 10-1 on the season. They went 6-0 and were champions of District 1 5A out west in El Paso. Led by head coach Frank Martinez in his 5th season with the Aztecs. Coach Martinez is 30-23 overall. He's 1-2 in the playoffs, with last week being his first career playoff win. The offensive coordinator, Andrew Macias, for the Aztecs, and here is the offense for the individuals. We'll start at quarterback, the junior Bryson Booth, a 6'2", 180-pound junior with 1,874 passing yards, 63% of his passes complete, 26 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He averages 22 yards per pass and 170 yards passing per game. He's also a threat with his legs, 340 rushing yards on 38 attempts. That's 8.9 yards a carry, along with 5 touchdowns. And the starting running back, we talk about him all night long, Ryan Estrada, a 5'9", 165-pound senior committed to Minnesota, the Golden Gophers. Ryan comes into tonight, 195 carries, 2,801 yards, 14.4 yards per carry, 37 touchdowns, 255 yards per game. His longest play of the season, a 99-yard touchdown run. He also has a receiving score. He has almost 40 touchdowns and probably eclipsed 3,000 yards of offense tonight after this ball game. The receiver is Jadarius Sanders, the X. He's a 6'2", 165 senior committed to New Mexico State. He had 3 touchdowns and 100 yards receiving last week, 11 touchdowns on the season, and 21.6 yards per catch for Jadarius Sanders. The other wide receiver, Rashawn Bryant, a 5'10", 165-pound senior. He had 3 touchdowns last week on 3 catches and 156 yards. He also is over 700 yards receiving and averages 27.7 yards per catch. Wow, with 12 touchdowns, 2 big play receivers. In the slots, Adrian Olivas, 5'6", 185 senior, along with Quintez Floyd, a 6'2", 165 senior, also plays basketball, averages about 22 yards a game. Offensive line, Tanner Reagan, left tackle. He's a 4-year letterman for the Aztecs, a 6'2", 235-pound senior. Biggest man on the line is the left guard, Yazir Eshigare, a 6', 280-pound senior. Ryan Sanchez, a 6'4", 275 junior at center. And the right tackle, Noah Imalife, a 6'5", 220 sophomore. He plays both ways. Aztecs average 356 yards of offense per game. They've turned it over. They fumbled it away 4 times. They average as a team 12.7 yards per carry, 52 rushing touchdowns on the year. Not as big as a passing team, just 121 passing yards, 30 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Heard me mention in the pregame they average 55 points per game, a total of 477 yards per game, and they're plus 10 in the turnover differential. On defense for the Aztecs, led by defense coordinator Randall Brent Jaquez. It's a 4-2-5 look. 4 defensive linemen, defensive end. Moises Lopez, a 5'11", 185 junior. He leads the team with 4 sacks. And at defensive tackle, you have Jose Bustamante, a 5'10", 225 junior, and Corvell Taylor, a 6', 215 sophomore. And then Noah Imalife, the 6'5", 220 sophomore starting right tackle, who's also the starting left defensive end for the Aztecs. The linebackers are Xavier Torres and Adrian Olivas. Both of them played all 10 games this season. Xavier Torres led the team with 118 tackles, and Olivas was second with 103. In the secondary, cornerback Evan Corral, 20 pass breakups for the 5'10", 155-pound senior, and 4 interceptions. The other corner, Nicholas Lopez, a 5'9", 165-pound senior. The strong safety is Matthew Pinto, a 5'11", 160 senior, with 136 tackles and 2 interceptions and 2 forced fumbles on the year. And Andrew Estrada, another returning starting safety, a 5'9", 155 senior, with 4 interceptions. The Aztecs defense allows 222 rushing yards per game on 6.9 yards per carry. They've allowed 23 rushing touchdowns, but 9 fumble recoveries for the Aztecs defense. And passing, they allow 150 passing yards per game. They've allowed 18 passing touchdowns to 11 team interceptions. Teams only completing 51% of their passes for 13.6 yards an attempt. And the Aztecs defense forced 26 sacks and 83 tackles for a loss. They allow 30 points per game. And again, on the special teams, don't forget they've returned 4 kickoffs for touchdowns, and they've had 1 blocked field goal returned for a touchdown. That is a look at the El Paso El Dorado Aztecs, brought to you by State Farm agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth. When we return on the More Than Air pregame show, I'll talk to you about the Richland Royals, brought to you by Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth. More Aztecs and Royals on the Millennium Sports Network after this timeout.
Wasps buzzing in your backyard? Spiders and ants taking over your kitchen? Rodents planning a housewarming party in your attic? Not on our watch. Alliance Pest keeps pests out and your home safe.
Since 1963, the Harris Ratings Weekly has provided Texas high school football coaches and fans complete rating services, including the power ratings for all UIL football teams, from 2A to 6A, with the top 10 rankings and the point differentials for each game each week. For more information, call Harris Ratings Weekly and Van Harris at 940-498-5176. That's 940-498-5176. And they're online at harrisratings.com. Harris Ratings Weekly, another proud supporter of Millennium Sports football broadcasts.
Established in 1962, the Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth is Tarrant County's best. Located at 1509 South University. Open daily, 24 hours, and home of the Mega Pancake Challenge. You can reach us at 817-336-0311 to order in or for catering. See our menu online at oldsouthpancakehouse.com. Enjoy the game.
Old South Pancake House. Go for a Mega Pancake Challenge right about now. Still about 15-20 minutes away from kickoff here between the Richland Royals and the El Paso El Dorado Aztecs. As now I talk to you, give you a scouting report on the Richland Royals, thanks to Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth. The Royals, they're 8-3 overall in the year. They went 6-2 in District 3 5A, finished in 3rd place behind the almighty Aledo Bearcats and the always tough Denton Ryan Raiders. Richland's led by head coach Jed Cates in his 16th year as a head coach, 14th year at Richland. Carries a career record of 109-69. And a nice Richland record of 89-64 while going 10-5 in the playoffs. The Royals' offense coordinator is Lamar Kirk, and the unit in front of him is quarterback Brett Cates, a 5'10", 175-pound junior, averaging 205 passing yards per game, has 19 touchdowns and 6 picks. He's also a big threat with his legs, 485 rushing yards on 79 tries. That's 6.1 yards a carry and 6 touchdowns. And completes about 60% of his passes. Last week against O.D. Wyatt, Brett Cates had a great game, 14 of 19, 327 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he carried the ball 3 times for 13 yards and 2 more scores. His running back, we've already touched on him in the interviews, Jay Sean Gibson, 5'9", 180-pound junior, had 147 rushing yards and 5 rushing touchdowns last week. Oh, and also had 2 catches, 99 yards, and a touchdown. 6 total touchdowns for Jay Sean on the year. He has 191 carries for 1,773 yards. That's 9.3 yards per carry and 28 touchdowns. He averages 177 yards per contest. In receiving, he has 15 catches, 272 yards, 18.1 yards a catch, and 3 touchdowns. So he has 2,000 yards and 30 touchdowns himself, right behind Ryan Estrada for the Aztecs. Royals receivers, Kellen Williams, a 6'1", 160 junior on one side. He's only played in a handful of games this year, just 86 yards receiving. And the Z wide receiver on the other side, Theo Gray, a 5'11", 155 senior. with 15 catches, 241 yards, 16 yards a catch, and 3 touchdowns. The big receivers come inside for the Royals. The Y slot, Aaron Brooks, a 5'9", 140 senior, averages 17.8 yards per catch, 82 yards per game, and 8 touchdowns. Last week against O.D. Wyatt, 6 catches, 102 yards, and a touchdown for Aaron Brooks, and he holds a handful of different D3 offers from around the country. Ben Sanders, the other inside receiver, a 5'11", 5'10 junior, second on the team with 512 receiving yards, 30 receptions, 17.1 yards a catch, and 64 yards a game for Mr. Ben Sanders. Offensive line, the left tackle returner, Abraham Zapata, 6', 250 junior. At left guard, you have Brian Marino, a 5'11", 260 senior. The center, Jose Aguilar, a 250-pound, 5'10 senior. At right guard, Josiah Newble, a 6'2", 315-pound junior. And Caden Golightly, who holds Angelo State offers. He's the right tackle. He's 6'3", 250 pounds, a senior. Offensive line averages 6'1", 277 pounds across the front. For Richland, offensive stats for the Royals, on the ground, average 255 yards per game, 379 carries for 2,804 yards. That's 7.4 yards a carry, 44 rushing touchdowns for the Royals to just 2 fumbles lost. They pass for 219 yards a game, 22 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. As a team, the Royals, 474 yards per game, 45 points per game, and a turnover differential of +4. Defense for Richland, a 4-3 look for the Royals, led by defensive coordinator Dudley McAfee. Left defensive tackle, or defensive end, Jeremiah Newble, a 6'3", 235-pound sophomore, along with Quade Williams up front, defensive tackle. He leads the way, a 6'2", 270 junior with a Stephen F. Austin offer, has 41 tackles and 3 sacks. Mentioned the 3 sophomore linebackers, Jacob Martinez, the right side. Close to Mike. He's 6', 195. He leads the team with 87 tackles. And Darion Jones, the 6', 200-pound sophomore, had the scoop and score touchdown last week. The left outside linebacker has 3 fumble recoveries on the year. The secondary for Richland, we've got a freshman out there at free safety, Marvin Hodge. He had an interception in the win over O.D. Wyatt, the 5'11", 160 freshman. The corners, Bryson Johnson, a 5'10", 170 junior, who has 23 tackles and a pick this year. The other side, Jackson Walker, a 6', 170 senior, who has 33 tackles and 2 picks on the season. Royals defense give up 184 rushing yards per game, 19 touchdowns, 5 fumble recoveries, and 5.2 yards per carry. Passing, they allow 201 yards through the air, 28 touchdowns, 13.7 yards per pass, just 55% passing completion percentage for Royals opponents. They allow 385 yards per game and 32 points allowed by the Royals defense. And that is the Richland Scouting Report, brought to you by Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth. Another timeout on More Than Air pregame show. In return, we have our starting lineups, national anthem, field conditions, and set up for kickoff between the Royals and the Aztecs on the Millennium Sports Network after this timeout.
With seasonal weather changes, More Than Air is now offering a fall heat and air system tune-up for just $75.95. Our family-operated business in the DFW area offers personalized service, expert solutions, and a commitment to your comfort. With us, you're not just a client, you're part of the family. Call More Than Air at 972-383-9510 or go online at morethan.air.com.
SNB Fence is faith-based, family-owned, and fiercely driven. Driven to make a difference in our clients, community, and industry. Beyond roofing, we offer premium exterior services for your home, specializing in fencing, gutters, siding, painting, Christmas lights, and more. We have served the DFW area for over 20 years and are licensed and insured. Make your biggest investment, your home's exterior, more beautiful, safe, and secure. For help, call SNB Fence at 817-281-8733 or see us online at snbfence.com. At the RTC, our mission is to give student athletes, families, and the RHS community the best Royal experience. From upgraded weight room equipment and athletic training support to game day meals and special seasonal events, we are committed to elevating every moment. Thanks to our community for generous time and financial contributions. To join the Richland Touchdown Club, contact us at rtcroyals@gmail.com. Go Royals!
Back in the More Than Air pregame show, and to our friends at More Than Air, forget they have a new branch in Lubbock. Owner Colton Moore. Well, the new branch has all kinds of great doodads and who-has for More Cold and Air, Train, and other major brands. Cold season starts later next week, so don't forget to contact More Than Air of North Richland Hills for a pre-winter checkup. And thanks for More Than Air for bringing us here for this pregame show. The Richland Royals setting the play host to El Paso El Dorado all the way out here in Lubbock, live from Jones AT&T Stadium on the campus of Texas Tech, Cody Campbell Field, as teams are getting ready to come out their tunnels on each different ends. And as they do that, we'll give you our starting lineups for tonight, brought to you by our country homes of DFW, starting with the visiting El Dorado Aztecs. Quarterback Bryson Booth, a 6'2", 180-pound junior. His running back, Ryan Estrada, a 5'9", 165-pound senior. The ex-wide receiver on the outside, Jadarius Sanders, the senior, 6'2", 165 pounds. The Z receiver on the other side, Rayshawn Bryant, a 5'10", 165-pound senior. The slot wide receiver, another senior, and Adrian Olivas, a 5'6", 185-pounder. And Quintez Floyd, the wide receiver in the slot, the A, he's 6'2", 165-pound, a senior. Offensive line for the Aztecs, at left tackle, Tanner Reagan, a 6'2", 235-pound senior. The left guard, Yazir Eshegara, a 6', 280-pound senior. At center, big Ryan Sanchez, he's 6'4", 275 pounds, and a junior. The right guard, another junior at 6', 275 pounds, Hefte Quinones. And the right tackle, the 6'5", 220-pound sophomore, Noah Imalife. That's the offense for the Aztecs. On defense, they use a right defensive end, Moises Lopez, a 5'11", 185-pound junior. Right defensive tackle, Jose Bustamante, 5'10", 225-pound junior. Left defensive tackle is Corvell Taylor, a sophomore, standing 6', 215 pounds. And left defensive end, well, it's Noah Imalife, a 6'5", 220-pound sophomore. The Mike linebacker is Adrian Olivas, a 5'6", 185-pound senior. The will linebacker, Xavier Torres, 175-pound, 5'9" junior. The cornerbacks, Evan Corral, it is a 5'10", 155-pound senior. The other side, Nick Lopez, a 155-pound, 5'9" senior. Strong safeties, Matthew Pinto, a 160, 5'11" senior. Free safety, Andrew Estrada, he's 5'9", 155 pounds, and a senior. And the rover is Xavier Mathis, a 5'10", 165-pound junior. That's the Aztecs starting lineups. Team's getting ready to meet at midfield for coin toss. The Royals, led by quarterback Brett Cates, a 5'10", 175-pound junior. The running back, Ja'Shawn Gibson, another junior. He's 5'9", 180 pounds. Ex-wide receiver, Kellen Williams, a 6'1", 160-pound junior. The Z is Theo Gray, the second, a 5'11", 155 senior. Inside receiver slot, Aaron Brooks, the Y, he's 5'9", 140 senior. Ben Sanders, the other slot receiver, he's 150 pounds, 5'11", and a junior. Left tackle, Abraham Zapata, 6', 250 junior. The left guard, Brian Marino, 260-pound senior, standing 5'11". Jose Aguilar plays center. He's 5'10", 250, and a senior. Josiah Newble, 6'2", 315-pound junior at right guard. And the right tackle, Caden Golightly, a 6'3", 250-pound senior. He's out there for coin toss right now for the Royals. On defense, right defensive end, Gage Goodwin, 6'4", 220-pound junior. Defensive tackle, Quade Williams. El Dorado has won the toss. Elected to defer their choice for the second half. As El Dorado wins the toss and defers to the second half, Richland will get the ball first. Defensive tackle, Quade Williams, a 6'2", 270-pound junior. Channing Gardner next to him, a 6'2", 285-pound junior. And left defensive end, Jeremiah Newble, 235-pound, 6'3" sophomore. The linebackers, Jacob Martinez, 5'11", 170 sophomore. The Mike linebacker, Hunter Yost, 6', 195, a sophomore. And Darion Jones, 6 foot, 200-pound sophomore, left outside linebacker. The cornerbacks are Jackson Walker, 6 foot, 170 senior, and Bryson Johnson, 5'10", 170 junior. Strong safety Paxton Weeks, 5'9", 155 junior. And the free safety Marvin Hodge, a 5'11", 160 freshman. As we get ready for our national anthem here shortly. Starting lineups brought to you by Our Country Homes of DFW. Trying to find the national anthem, but it didn't seem like it's loud enough to be heard. The national anthem has been played. Our field conditions for tonight brought to you by Cleveland and Company. It is 56 degrees currently in Lubbock. Feels like 53 degrees with 2-mile-per-hour wind blowing in from north to south. On this field, that would be going left end zone to right end zone. But again, just a very slight breeze. Field conditions again brought to you by Cleveland and Company. Millennium Sports and the Royals wish to thank tonight's broadcast sponsors: Origin Bank, DFW, Bank Original, More Than Air, Heating and Air Conditioning of DFW, S&B Roofing, Exterior and Fencing of Keller, State Farm Agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth, Macero Mexican Restaurant South Lake of DFW, Our Country Homes you can afford of DFW, Allied Pest Control of North Richland Hills and DFW, Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth, Cleveland and Company Electric of Weatherford, Texas, author James C. Bivens' book Walking Through the Valley of Grief, available now on Amazon, Richland Royals Touchdown Club, and Harris Ratings Weekly of Corinth and Van Harris. Again, folks, remember, cannot show game footage of the broadcast tonight. We'll be giving you a glimpse of the areas and scenes from the stadium. I'll be providing all the audio for tonight's broadcast. It's El Paso El Dorado kicking away to the Royals to start out. Aaron Brooks deep at his 5-yard line for the Royals. The high short kick ran up and fair caught by a Royals up man right at the 30-yard line. Caught by Brady Blankenship. So kicker Oscar out. Salazar goes for the high short kick. Fair catch right at the 29-yard line for the Royals to start the game. Brett Cates in the shotgun by himself. First play wants to pass. A lot of time in the pocket. Now darts up the middle, scrambles, picks up 6-7 yards where he's wrapped up and tackled down by Xavier Torres. What a nice pickup of 9 on first down. Handoff left side. Ja'Shawn Gibson starts left, comes all the way back right, across the 45, pushing with the pile across midfield, and a strong run from Ja'Shawn Gibson on his first carry of 14 yards to the 48 of the Aztecs. First and 10 on the 48 of El Dorado. Brett Cates in the shotgun, wants to pass again, has time, throws deep left side off the fingertips of Theo Gray the second and almost intercepted. It was a little high for Theo Gray. He jumped and got fingertips on it. And then it bounced right into the lap of senior cornerback Nick Lopez. Nick wasn't ready for it. Incomplete, 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff, Jay-Sean Gibson with a hole, slips through a few tackles and dragged down by the shoulder at the 35-yard line. Again, Xavier Torres on the tackle. But 13 yards for Gibson. Another Royals first down. Brett Cates in the shotgun. Receiver in motion right to left. It's Ben Sanders. Movement up front at the line. And we'll hear from our crew for the first time tonight. Illegal snap on the Royals will back them up 5. This officiating crew out of the Austin chapter. Referee John Carter. Umpire James Algett. Head linesman Brian Teets. Line judge Aaron Reynolds, side judge Jaron Bailey, field judge Corey Hall, and back judge Sean Johnson. As here is Gibson off the left side and almost broke it free. Actually, it was quickly out to Ben Sanders, who slipped the first tackle, and he was wrapped up around the 25-yard line. Another first down play. Royals go quickly to the line. Handoff. Jay-Sean Gibson doing his thing, dancing easily up the middle behind his left guard, Brian Marino, for another 9 yards. And the Royals playing with a lot of pace. No huddle. Brett Cates and Jay-Sean Gibson in the backfield, 2 receivers each way. A handoff to Jay-Sean, has a first down inside the 10, slips the tackle, cuts inside and makes it look easy. Touchdown, Royals. A 17-yard touchdown run for Jay-Sean Gibson. Picks up where he left off last week with 5 rushing touchdowns. Adds in the 6th of the playoffs. It's 6-0 Royals. On for the extra point, Beck Spivey. Good snap from Gavin Hamilton. The hold with Brett Cates. The kick is good. And with 9:50 remaining in the first quarter, the Royals get the ball first. They strike first. They lead 7-0 over the Aztec El Dorado of El Paso. Back on the Millennium Sports Network after this timeout. Nothing. Royals strike first. Now they'll kick it away to the Aztecs. 2 deep returners, Rashawn Bryant and Jadarius Sanders. They are dangerous. Beck Spivey on the kick it away deep for the Royals. Sanders and Bryant standing across their 5-yard line on each hash. And it's a short kick. Ran up, caught around the 25-yard line. First man miss, and then upended around the 32-yard line. On the returner was Rashawn Bryant on the return. He was hit hard by, it was Hunter Yost, the 6', 195-pound sophomore linebacker. First time we see the Aztecs on offense. 9:47 in the first quarter on their own 32. In the shotgun, or the pistol, that is, Bryson Booth, the 6'2", 180 junior. Running back Ryan Estrada behind him. A turning fake to Estrada. Quick slant throw. Catch made in the open field. Almost breaking a tackle and taking it to the house. Was Rashawn Bryant. He was dragged down by Jackson Walker right at midfield, but a pickup of 18 on the first play for the Aztecs. Something we don't see too often. Kind of an old school huddle from El Paso El Dorado. These teams out west play a little different style often. Huddles and in the pistol. Now shift to a shotgun. Ryan Estrada to the left of quarterback Bryson Booth. A give to Ryan, a hole off right guard. Bounces outside the numbers at the 40, inside the 30 until he's pushed out of bounds. And given some words to strong safety Paxton Weeks on the way out. Oh, what a 22-yard pickup that was. And 2 plays, 40 yards for the Aztecs. Could be in for a barn burner tonight. Again, El Paso El Dorado averages 55 points per game. Their last 4 games, they've scored 77, 59, 68, 77. Actually, make it last 5 games, and 78. A machine of offense. Bryson Booth, the junior, play action, throws down the right sideline, jump ball for Jadarius Sanders, one-on-one, and ruled incomplete. It was a battle all the way to the ground with senior cornerback Jackson Walker, the 6', 170, going against 6'2", 165. And that bout goes to Jackson Walker. 9:01 in the first quarter, 7-0 Richland. Aztecs with a 2nd and 10 on the Royal 28. Bryson Booth comes out in a pistol look with trips to the left, 1 receiver right. Motions a man inside, pitch it left. Ryan Estrada trying to get outside, does at the numbers 30, 25, 20, lowers the shoulders for a first down. Out of bounds near the 15. Paxton Weeks in on another stop. And that puts the Aztecs down on the 16-yard line, moving. A 12-yard pickup. 4 plays for El Dorado, 3 first downs. 1st and 10 on the 16 of the Royals. A handoff, Ryan Estrada, left side, closed off initially, bounces off a couple of Royals, and what an effort that was just to get back to the line of scrimmage in on the initial penetration. How about defensive end Jeremiah Newble, the 6'3", 235-pound sophomore. He had the initial penetration that forced that play backwards. Second and 10. Ball on the Royals 16. 8:15 counting first quarter. First possession for the Aztecs. Shotgun snap. In trouble, rolling out to breaking a sack, Bryson Booth. Still surveying, and after coming all the way back to the near side of the field, just trots out of bounds. There is a flag back at the 22-yard line, near side, right near the numbers. Right under where it's stamped on the field, Jones AT&T Stadium, Cody Campbell Field. We wait to call my referee, John Carter. They tag the center, Ryan Sanchez, a 6'4", 275 senior with a hold. Yeah, Aztecs promising drive. Well, starting to halt and reverse trek. Clock stopped at 8:06 in the first. Two receivers right. Pistol formation for Bryson Booth. Running back Ryan Estrada behind him. And movement on the far side from the receiver, and it looked like a false start. on Quintez Floyd. After 52 yards of offense in the first 4 plays, then Aztecs had 0 yards, -10, -5. They went from 1st and 10 on the 16 of Richland to 2nd and 25 on the 31. Three receivers right, shotgun look for Bryson Booth. Hands off Ryan Estrada, trying to get outside to the left. But what great penetration again, and huge stop. Gage Goodwin in the backfield, the 6'4", 220 junior defensive end with a tackle for a 1-yard loss. Darian Jones came and helped finish it off, the 6', 200-pound sophomore, but it was Gage Goodwin who blew up that play from the start. And it is 3rd and 26. Paso El Dorado needs the 6-yard line for a first. Bryson Booth, play action, looking right, steps up, slips out of a sack, in trouble, throws on the run. Catch made around the 20-yard line by Jadarius Sanders. He was tackled immediately by Paxton Weeks and Jacob Martinez. But a pickup of about 15 yards. Actually about 10 yards. Back to the 21. And we'll see. Indeed, it looks, is it the offense? No, the offense staying out. And now they go to the field goal team. And it's Oscar Salazar, the senior, attempting a 37-yard kick from straight away. His long is 35, and this kick just is enough and through. A good snap from Xavier Torres, a good hold from Rashawn Bryant. And the field goal good for the Aztecs, gets El Paso El Dorado on the board. 7-3. The Royals lead El Paso El Dorado with 6:46 remaining in the first quarter from Lubbock. This Millennium Sports presentation of Richland Royals Area Championship football continues after this timeout.
More Than Air serves DFW with high-quality sales and service of heating and air systems from Trane and other quality manufacturers. Choosing More Than Air offers temperature control and peace of mind. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a full system overhaul, call More Than Air 972-383-9510 or go online to morethanair.com.
Possession apiece for each team, and we got a 3-7 ball game. Oscar Salazar to kick it away. Aaron Brooks deep at the 5-yard line for the Royals. Lone deep man, 2 up men. This is another high, short in kick. Bobbled at the 25-yard line, and on the ground, slow picking it up is Ben Sanders. He finally does hold possession right at the 25-yard line. For the Royals to start their second possession, 6:43 in the second quarter. First drive for the Royals, they only needed 7 plays to go 71 yards and score on the 17-yard touchdown run from Ja'Shawn Gibson. First play, a throw out to the left side from Brett Cates. Ben Sanders the catch with some blocks out in front on the screen. He picked it up, he's tripped up right at the 35. Moves the 6 for a first down. Tackle for Andrew Estrada, the 5'9", 155-pound free safety. 1st and 10, fake pass by Brett Cates. Now running it off right side of the couple blocks, slipping some tackles, and a strong run from Brett Cates out to the 48-yard line. That's a 13-yard pickup. Back-to-back first down pickups for the Royals, and keeping the tempo quickly to the line. A handoff. Ja'Shawn Gibson breaks tackle left side. There goes Ja'Shawn into the open field. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Sean Gibson. He is on a tear right now. His second today. Had 5 rushing touchdowns against OD Wyatt last week, including 1 receiving. And just 3 plays for the Royals to go 75 yards and up the score to 13-3. Beck Spivey on for the extra point. Gavin Hamilton to snap and Brett Cates to hold. 6:04 in the first quarter. Clean snap and hold and a good extra point from Beck Spivey. Completes the drive. Sean Gibson from 48 yards out ups the Richland lead to 11, 14-13. Richland leads El Paso El Dorado. Millennium Sports presentation of Richland Royals Area Championship Football continues after this timeout.
A minor accident can turn into a hassle. Fort Worth State Farm agent Earl Wood offers auto insurance with a combination of service, price, and protection. Earl's office is at 2900 South Hewland, Suite 50 in Fort Worth. Details available online at earlwood.biz. That's earlwood.biz. Fort Worth State Farm agent Earl Wood. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Beck Spivey on the kicking off to Jadarius Sanders and Ryan Estrada deep at the 5-yard lines for the Aztecs. But it's a short kick that bounces in the middle hole of the defense and bounces all the way to Rashawn Bryant around the 5-yard line. Comes around the 15-20 near side, cuts up at the 30 and runs out of bounds into the Royals sideline at the 33. Talked to Coach Royals head coach Jed Cates before the game, and yeah, he mentioned those were 2 returners. 4 return touchdowns in the season for the return units of the Aztecs. 5:56 in the first quarter. El Dorado ball on their own 33-yard line. Last drive started on their own 32. That was a 9-play drive that resulted in the 37-yard field goal. Now, Royals defense didn't get a long rest at all. Had to come right back onto the field. Trips diamond formation to the left. Shotgun snap, handoff. Ryan Estrada coming off tackle right side. Lowers the shoulder at the 40 and has 7 yards on first down. Getting on the tackle, Paxton Weeks. He has been busy, the 5'9", 155 junior. Aztecs showing a little hurry up as well. Rolling out in trouble. Benson Booth now rolls back to the near side. Throws on the run, just in the air. One-on-one and incomplete. He gave Jadarius Sanders a chance against Jackson Walker. Just threw a prayer ball in the air, and Jackson Walker almost came away with the interception. Instead, incomplete. Dangerous throw from the junior quarterback, Bryson Booth. Did have 2 interceptions in the game last week against Amarillo, the 77-76 final. Here on 3rd and 3. Trips to the left for Bryson Booth. 1 receiver right. Ryan Estrada to the back. Counter, run to Estrada, breaks a tackle in the backfield, running for his life back to the far side, has the first down, cuts up 45, breaks the tackle, knocked out of bounds right at midfield. They had Ryan Estrada dead to rights in the backfield. It was Gage Goodwin, the 6'4", 220 junior defensive end, came untouched off the edge. And somehow Ryan Estrada ducked out of it. And there was an injury timeout with 5:16 in the first quarter and a 14-13 Richland Royal lead over El Paso El Dorado as more Richland Royals area playoff football continues. Millennium Sports Network after this timeout.
Attention high school football fans. Don't miss out on the opportunity to be part of Texas football history. Mark your calendars for the UIL State Football Championships, December 17th through 20th at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, where the best teams from 6-man to 6A leave it all on the field in hopes of becoming named champion. For the latest updates and ticket information, go to uiltexas.org/football. Again, that's uiltexas.org/football.
And back in the action, the injured Aztec helped off the field on his feet. That was Josiah Andujo, the senior wide receiver. He's a backup in the slot. So he's on the sideline, but he got up and walked off under his own power. The Aztecs face a 1st and 10 right at midfield, trailing 14-3, 5:16 first quarter. Bryson Booth in the shotgun with Ryan Estrada on his right hip. A give to Estrada, trying to run left side, stonewalled. Oh, a line of Royals there waiting for him. Credit first, nose in on the stop. Darian Jones, the 6', 200-pound sophomore linebacker. He's in there for a loss of 3. 2nd and 13. Two receivers right, Ryan Estrada to the right. Roll that way, a throw incomplete, way behind Jadarius Sanders, who immediately had his hands up in frustration. Looks like miscommunication with his quarterback, Bryson Booth. Incomplete. It's 3rd and 13. Ball spotted on El Dorado's 47. Play clock at 12 seconds. Still time. 3rd and 13. Royals with 4 on the defensive line. That's all they send. Play action, throw down the deep left side, one-on-one, incomplete. And a late flag flies. Oh, they're going for Quintez Floyd on the fade route down the sideline. He was covered by Bryson Johnson, the 5'10", 170 junior cornerback, and there you have it, the pass interference, which, again, seemed to come a little late. And that ball wasn't the most catchable. That's what this Austin crew and referee John Carter rule. So the PI on Bryson Johnson gives 15 for the Aztecs to the 37 of the Royals. 1st and 10. New life for El Dorado. Royals showing pressure. They send 5. Ryan Estrada trying to run outside to the right side away from the blitz and knocked out of bounds right back around the original line of scrimmage. Actually lost a yard. Could not escape the freshman free safety Marvin Hodge. What a loss of 2. 2nd and 12. 4:21 to play in the first quarter here from Texas Tech. Pistol formation for Bryson Booth. Ryan Estrada, the tailback. 2 receivers left. Turn, fake to Estrada. Throw, deep ball, across the middle, wide open and miscommunicated again. Missed Rashawn Bryant's incomplete. Oh, he was open behind the defense, looking to the inside shoulder, and Bryson Booth threw it to the outside shoulder. And the Aztecs just missed out on an easy 6 points. 9th play of the drive coming up. Five 4:16 to play here in the first quarter. Again, Paso El Dorado, they often get into actual huddles. So accustomed to teams nowadays, always in a hurry up or a no huddle look. Here's play action. Rolling right, Bryson Booth has time, throws across the middle on the run, incomplete, off the hands of Quintez Floyd. And it is 4th and 12. Aztecs on the Royal 39. You're in that really odd territory. Offense staying out. Shotgun for Bryson Booth. Ryan Estrada, the running back to his right, a hard count. And now Bryson Booth takes a couple steps back. He's going to quick kick it. On a high snap that Booth has to jump up and grab. Does. Kicks the spiral punt. Bounces around the 11. And Jadarius Sanders just misses downing it at the 1. It bounces safely into the end zone for a touchback. So a 9-play drive comes up empty for the Aztecs. They punt it back to the Royals, and Richland with 4:01 in the first quarter, a third possession, starting on their own 20. Brett Cates and Ja'Shawn Gibson start in the shotgun, 2 receivers each way. 4 down linemen for the Aztecs. Play action. Now Brett Cates tucks in and runs. Just takes up a few yards behind the right side of his line, going behind Josiah Newble, the right guard, and Caden Golightly, the right tackle. Brett Cates grabbed 3 yards, 2nd and 7. Trips to the left. Now Ja'Shawn Gibson in motion that way. Brett Cates to pass the whole way. Looking towards Ja'Shawn. Wants the deep wheel route down the middle and incomplete. Not necessarily near his target. Just kind of heaved it out there towards Ja'Shawn Gibson and Aaron Brooks in the area. But well covered by the Aztecs defense. Defense coordinator Randall Brent is definitely ready for that one. 3rd and 7. Royals on their own 23-yard line. Trying to avoid a 3 and out. Spin Sanders in motion right to left. Shotgun snap. Brett Cates looks left, throws back right. Catch made across the 35. First down for Kellen Williams to the 36. A pick up a 13. Royals going quickly after the first down. 2 receivers each way. And a quick fake to Ja'Shawn Gibson. They throw the slant again, the inside slant. And a catch made by Kellen Williams again. This one for 8 yards. Evan Corral, the 5'10", 150 senior on the stop. Hurry up, hand off. Ja'Shawn right up the gut. First down, right on the Texas Tech logo. Standing right at the 50. Call him the 49's early touchdown. But enough for a Royals first down. 1st and 10, another handoff. Ja'Shawn Gibson, hole off the left side, breaks the first tackle, slipped through the waves. There goes Ja'Shawn for the 3rd time in the first quarter. Touchdown, Royals. A 51-yard rush TD for Ja'Shawn Gibson to go along with his 48-yarder he already had in the quarter. Oh, and he had a 17-yard touchdown run before that. Ja'Shawn Gibson is on a mission. 3 touchdowns tonight. He's got 31 rushing touchdowns on the season. Extra point for Beck Spivey. Clean operation, a good kick. And the Royals offense cannot be stopped. With 2:37 remaining in the first quarter, the Royals 21, the El Paso El Dorado Aztecs 3. Millennium Sports presentation of Richland Royals Area Championship Football continues after this timeout.
Welcome home. Our Country Homes, a 3rd-generation DFW-owned custom builder. We focus on clients' needs, building homes on lots or at any of our 18 lifestyle communities. Call 817-229-0344 or go to ourcountryhomes.com. Enjoy the game.
Richland Royals Football Nation, Royals Playoff Football 2025 is here worldwide. You can make it possible for family, former students, athletes, players, and fans to follow the Royals, receive shout-outs or business ads by sponsoring playoff broadcasts. Call or text John Frow, president of Millennium Sports, at 214-642-7003 or email jmfrow@atnt.net. On the kickoff, caught by an up man on the near side 30, slipped the tackle up around the 40. It's Rashawn Bryant. That's a dangerous up man to be kicking short to. So El Dorado will start on their own. He was spotted officially. He's around the 40 for Rashawn Bryant. They said he stepped out back at the 37. 2:32 in the first quarter. First two Aztec possessions, 37-yard field goal and a punt after a 9-play drive. The Aztecs offense has been out there, but no touchdowns yet. First 10 minutes. First down, play action, throw across the middle, dropped. Bryson Booth pass was behind receiver Quintez Floyd. He had some space had he had made the catch, but the incompletion brings up 2nd and 10. Starting to look at some other scores. Byron Nelson, the Bobcats, taking on El Paso Eastwood, and Byron Nelson 38-6 with 10 minutes to play in the second quarter. Also have Denton Ryan, the winner of this game, plays the winner of Denton Ryan and Abilene. And the Raiders lead Abilene 17-0 with 9 minutes to play in the first half. Here in the pistol, Bryson Booth turns, hands off. Ryan Estrada off the right side with the hole across the 40, dances across the 45. Taken down by a pair of Royals at the 48. Jackson Walker in on the stop. 6', 170 senior cornerback. First and 10 for the Aztecs. We have South Lake Carroll up 14-0 on San Angelo with 5:05 to play in the first quarter. Allen, the Eagles, up 20-0 on Lake Highlands. 11:30 to play in the first half. Pistol set, turn for Bryson Booth. Fake throw, incomplete. Again, had Jadarius Sanders, but just overthrew him. And Bryson Booth ended up on his back after the throw. Pressure applied from Hunter Yost, the 6', 195 sophomore middle linebacker. He might have forced that incompletion. 2nd and 10. Clock stopped at 1:48 first quarter after the incompletion. Play clock down to 7. El Dorado just breaks the huddle, hurries to the line. Bryson Booth, hands off. Ryan Estrada trying to get out wide left and cannot escape. Dragged down from behind. That's Mason Allison, the 6'4", 210-pound senior, a backup defensive end, and on the tackle for a loss. And that brings up 3rd and 11 for the Aztecs. Clock ticking, minute 20 in the first quarter. El Dorado gets into a huddle. Two receivers out right. Running back Ryan Estrada on the left tip of quarterback Bryson Booth. Play action. Booth, a rocket across the middle of the field, incomplete. Looking for Rashawn Everett in a tight window between Royals. And the Aztec offense for the second straight possession looked like they're setting up a punt as there is a Royal down on the field in the backfield. Down, injured. Injury timeout on the field. We'll take it to 21-3. Well, actually, we're about to, and then hopping right off his feet and running off the field under his own power was Gage Goodwin, a 6'4", 220 junior. He looked like he was fully out for a moment and then just popped up. We keep it here, 57 seconds remaining in the first quarter. From Lubbock. Gage Goodwin, such a good player for the Royals, a starting defensive end. 23 tackles and 2.5 sacks on the year. Important on a team like El Paso El Dorado likes to run wide. Important to have a defensive end that can set a good edge. Here's 4th and 11. Offense stays out for the Aztecs. A hard count. Fake snap from Bryson Booth. Play clock at 20. 2 receivers each way. And now a bunch of whistles and a timeout taken by the Royals. So we will get that timeout after all, with 56 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And a 21-3 Royals lead over the Aztecs. Millennium Sports presentation of the Richland Royals Area Championship football continues after this timeout.
This commercial isn't about us. It's about you. It's about you and your first sip of your jalapeno margarita. It's about you and the fresh avocado and your shrimp ceviche. You and your family enjoying a good meal and good company. Celebrating with your closest friends, making a toast to a good year. Dessert, your favorite, Cinco Leches. When it's about you, you know you're at the right place. Make your reservation. Make it about you. Make it Macero.
Fourth and 11. Offense stays out still for the moment. For the Aztecs, Bryson Booth in the shotgun. 2 receivers each way. Ryan Estrada on his right hip. Now Bryson Booth takes about 5 yards back and steps back for the punt. He does quick punt it away. No one back to return for Richland. It bounces out to 25, and it is downed there by Jadarius Sanders. I mean, about a 27-yard punt. But it puts the Royals back on the attack. 47 seconds in the first quarter. And the Royals have started all 4 drives now inside their own 30, but has not stopped them. Stacked receivers out far wide to each side. First down play. Brett Cates wants to pass the whole way. Deep ball for Aaron Brooks behind the defense, but overthrown, incomplete. Oh, a nice looking play. Aaron Brooks got behind everybody. But Brett Cates just overshot him, incomplete. Quickly to the line, 2nd and 10, and throw out the left side, and that's off the mark, incomplete. Was looking for Colin Walker, the 5'9", 155 senior receiver, but Brett Cates led him too far up the field. Diving attempt no good. 3rd and 10, 2 quick incompletions. Jayshon Gibson, the running back, on 3rd and 10, receives the football, but he's wrapped up immediately at the line and taken down by 4 white jerseys. Credit both linebackers, Xavier Torres and Adrian Olivas, in on the stop. A loss of a yard, and Richland with a 3 and out. First time we see Brett Cates back up to punt. Brett averages 22 yards a punt, and Jadarius Sanders deep to return at his 40 for the Aztecs. As the first quarter clock expired, but they get the play off. Brett Cates, rugby running punt to the right, bounces around the 50 and rolls down at about the 41-yard line. A 35-yard punt that takes us to the end of the first quarter. Well, it's been all Royals, 21-3. Richland leads El Paso El Dorado. More Millennium Sports presentation of the Richland Royals Area Championship Playoff Football continues after this timeout.
When you bundle home and auto, good things can happen. You get a local agent who can help you choose the right coverage for you at a price that's right for you.
Call State Farm agent Earl Wood in Fort Worth today.
Millennium Sports and the Royals wish to thank tonight's broadcast sponsors: Origin Bank of DFW, Bank Original, More Than Air Heating and Air Conditioning of DFW, S&B Roofing, Exterior and Fencing of Keller, State Farm agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth. State Farm is for life. Macero Mexican Restaurant, South Lake and DFW. Our Country Homes, custom homes you can afford of DFW. Allied Pest Control of North Richland Hills and DFW. Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth. Cleveland and Company Electric of Weatherford, Texas. Author James C. Bivens' book, Walking Through the Valley of Grief, available on Amazon. The Richland Royals Touchdown Club. And for Harris Ratings Weekly of Corinth and Van Harris. Quarter number 2. Aztecs football to start on their own 42. Turn and a give to Ryan Estrada, trying to run wide left, disappeared in the pile somehow, gets across the 50. Knocked down right about the 48, a 10-yard pickup and a first down. For Ryan Estrada. Estrada, who found the end zone on the ground 37 times this season. Probably hasn't been a lot of quarters he hasn't scored. Shotgun, 1st and 10 for Bryson Booth. A fake, trying to run out left himself. Breaks the tackle in the backfield, lowers a shoulder at the 45, and a little 3-4 yard pickup to the 44. 4 yards on the QB keeper for Bryson Booth. 2nd and 6. Aztecs looking to make some offense happen. So just one field goal so far for a team that averages 55 points a game. It's a 2nd and 7 play. Shotgun handoff, right side, big hole. Ryan Estrada off to the races. Nobody there. Touchdown, Aztecs. Right when you call for it, Ryan Estrada ran off right tackle, cut up right behind his right tackle, Noah Imalife, the 6'5", 220 sophomore, and had nothing but green grass ahead. A 44-yard touchdown run for Ryan Estrada makes the score 21-9. Here comes the extra point from Oscar Salazar. Snap from Xavier Torres. Hold Rashawn Bryant. Operation was good. And with 11:16 to play in the second quarter, we've got a ball game. Richland Royals 21, El Paso El Dorado, the Aztecs 10. More Richland Royals football on Moon Sports Network after this timeout.
Wasps buzzing in your backyard? Spiders and ants taking over your kitchen? Rodents planning a housewarming party in your attic? Watch pests out and your home safe.
Touchdown for Ryan Estrada, his 38th rushing touchdown of the year. Did have one receiving, so 39 total touchdowns for Ryan Estrada. Royals still hold a 21-10 lead. And Oscar Salazar set to kick the ball away. Deep to return for Richland. Aaron Brooks. Deep man at his 10, 2 up men at about the 15 for the Royals. Here's a high, short kick, near side. Fielded around the 25-yard line. Cut up 30, 40. Into the open field. Oscar Salazar only with a chance. Chased down from behind out near the 30-yard line. Oh, waiting for that opportunity on a short kick return was Isaiah White, the freshman running back. Isaiah, 5'8", 170-pound freshman, who's made a big play here in this area playoff game. Returned the short up kick about 40 yards, 45 yards to the Aztec 30. .11:07 in the second quarter. First possession and starting in plus territory for the Royals. Handoff. Jay-Sean Gibson started right, came all the way back left, made everybody in white miss, and scored. Oh, Jay-Sean Gibson's putting on an individual show. 30-yard touchdown run. His fourth touchdown of the half. And Royals add more, 27-10. Another extra point coming for Beck Spivey. Point after from Beck is good. And let the scoring continue, 28-3. Richland leads El Paso El Dorado 10:58 in the first quarter. Millennium Sports presentation of Richland Royals Area Championship Football continues after this timeout.
Established in 1962, the Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth is Tarrant County's best. Located at 1509 South University. Open daily, 24 hours, and home of the Mega Pancake Challenge. You can reach us at 817-336-0311 to order in or for catering. See our menu online at oldsouthpancakehouse.com. Enjoy the game.
Just a minute gone by in the second quarter. Last week, these two teams, think about the games they played. Richland, they beat O.D. Wyatt 77-43, so that's a game that featured 120 points. And think about it, that's at least 15, 16 different scoring drives and kickoffs put together. El Dorado, they won their game 77-76. I mean, that's 153 combined points. That's another 4-5 touchdowns in that game. These two teams have seen the end zone and seen the other team in the end zone a lot here in these playoffs. Beck Spivey on to kick it away. Jadarius Sanders and Ryan Estrada deep across their 10-yard line. This is high and short. Bounces behind and up, man. Free ball, and it looks like the Royals are on top of it. It was misplayed on the bounce by Kevin Samuel, and the Royals come away at the bottom of the pile with the ball. You know who came away with the football? Isaiah White, who just had that kick return that set up the Royals in that great position. The freshman with 2 plays on special teams. And the Royals start back-to-back possessions. They start on the Aztec 30. They score a touchdown in 1 play. Here they are 12 seconds later starting on the Aztec 23. 10:07 to play. Brett Cates to throw down the near sideline, back shoulder, incomplete. Looking for Bowen Blankenship on a back shoulder fade. Could not connect, incomplete. Good job getting the hand in there by the defender. That was Andrew Estrada. 5'9", 155 senior, free safety. Had his hand in for that pass breakup. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. A handoff. Jay-Sean Gibson, what a big jump cut from the middle to outside left at the numbers. 15, stiff arms out the bounce. Near the 10, has a first down, but a flag flies right there on it. Looks like a hold coming, but looks like one of our far side officials is pointing towards defense. Because it was a face mask after the 12-yard Jay-Sean Gibson run. Nick Lopez, the senior corner, tagged with the face mask half the distance after the run. And here are the Royals, 1st and goal on the 6. 10:38, second quarter. And right when El Dorado scored their first touchdown on a long run, got some momentum, the Royals looking to put 2 scores back to back, and they do with Ja'Shawn Gibson straight up the gut. Power. I've showed speed and finesse. Here's the strength. Touchdown, Royals. A 5th rushing touchdown for Ja'Shawn Gibson in this first half. He had 5 last week in the win over O.D. Wyatt. Gavin Hamilton snap, Brett Cates the hold, Beck Spivey the right-footed kicker for the extra point. He remains perfect. And with 10:31 to play in the first half, the Royals have found the end zone 5 times. Richland leads 35-10 over El Paso El Dorado. More Richland Royals football on the Williams Sports Network after this timeout.
Cleveland and Company Electric of Weatherford, Texas offers full electrical services for commercial and residential properties. Whether it be new construction, remodels, or even whole home generators by Generac or Kohler, call Tanner Cleveland at 817-938-7680. Go Richland Royals. Enjoy the game.
Still 10.5 minutes to go in the first half here from Texas Tech in Lubbock. Nice little halfway point for these two teams, about 4.5, 5 hours from the Metroplex to Lubbock, and kind of more about 5 hours to 6 for El Paso to come out here. Appreciate everyone tuning in, whether you're local back in the Metroplex or if you're in El Paso. Couldn't make the trip out to Lubbock. Glad to have you with us. Beck Spivey on the kick it away. High, short kick. We're not going to see any of these kick returners really get a chance. This one angles to the sideline, out of bounds near the 25. That's an infraction, illegal procedure. We got a moment. Try to catch up on some more scores. An update from Byron Nelson and El Paso Eastwood. The Bobcats up 41-21 with 4:50 to play in the third quarter. Electing for the re-kick after the out-of-bounds kick is Coach Frank Martinez and the Aztecs. Saying Denton Ryan up 31-0 on Abilene with 2.5 minutes to play in the first half in that contest. Southlake 24-0 over San Angelo, 5.5 minutes to play in that game. Allen a 20-0 lead against Lake Highlands with 6 minutes to play in the second quarter. DeSoto 27, Longview 14, 4:32 to play in the second quarter. Argyle with 7:20 to play in the second quarter. They're up 35-7 on Abilene Cooper. Denton Geyer 24, Dallas Jesuit 0, 4:57 in the second quarter. And Aledo, the Bearcats up 21-0 on Amarillo Tascosa at the half. Ball is backed up 5 yards to the 35. Set the kickoff again. Beck Spivey for the Royals. This one he does put a charge into. End over end. Ryan Estrada near side at the 10. Has a lane at the 25. Cuts up 30. Near side 40. Some blocking back on the opposite side. 45, 50. Cutting back in at the 40 and Russell down there. A big return for Adrian Olivas before he was finally chased down by a Royal. I think Bowen Blankenship in on the tackle. Aztecs with 10-16 in this second quarter. They're in plus territory on the Royal 41. Fifth possession for the Aztecs. They've scored on 2 of 4 so far. Field goal and a touchdown. Ryan Estrada in the shotgun with Quarterback Bryson Booth running wide out to the right, a couple of blocks and a strong push from the right side of that line. And 12 yards right off right tackle for Ryan Estrada. Hunter Yost in on the stop. 6', 195 sophomore linebacker. 1st and 10 down at the 29 of Richland. Shotgun for Bryson Booth. 2 receivers left. Ryan Estrada to his right in the backfield. A high snap, pulls it down. Run to Ryan Estrada. Stiff arms a man off right tackle, but only has 2 yards. Darts out of bounds right at the 28-yard line. Really just a yard. 2nd and 9. Clock stopped at 9:38, second quarter. Pistol set for Bryson Booth. Hasn't been in this as much since the first drive. Turns, gives Ryan Estrada, makes a man miss in the backfield. Now in the open field, Estrada runs into the back of his own man at the 20-yard line and goes down there. He ran right into the back of Jadarius Sanders. Roll down at the 20-yard line, a pickup of 9. And it's 3rd and 1. Pistol formation for Bryson Booth. Ryan Estrada, the tailback. Tied in off right tackle. A turn and a keep for Bryson Booth on the read option. Great decision inside the 15. Flag flies as Booth is into the end zone. But a flag back around the 11-yard line. As it was a great job by Bryson Booth on the option play. Read the defensive end, kept it. Had a big hole, but like someone kept their hands in and might have held. Hold on the receiver, Quintez Floyd, a 6'2", 165 senior. Plays basketball also for the Aztecs. Came into the season with just 2 catches, 43 yards. And they both came last week against Amarillo. He's been featured in the offense quite a bit tonight. A couple of targets, a couple of flags on him as well. It's been a tough night. For 3rd and 11. Rolling in trouble across the middle. Catch made and bodying for the first down. Just absorbing contract and kept going and going for the first. It's Quintez Floyd. Enough for first down to the 15. Clock approaching 8 minutes in the second quarter. High snap to Bryson Booth. Hands off. Ryan Estrada with a blocker out in front, right side, inside the 10, following the blocks all the way down. Chopped down around the 5-yard line. He was following his left tackle, Tanner Reagan, on the pull. The 6'2", 235 senior pulled from the left tackle all the way. Was the lead blocker out in the run right. 9-yard pickup to the 6. Can pick up a first down at the 5 if you're the Aztecs. Booth, a handoff. Ryan Estrada immediately grabbed from behind and pulled down, unable to get going. Hunter Yost. He has been active tonight. 6', 195 sophomore middle linebacker. Hunter Yost and the strong safety Paxton Weeks, 5'9", 155 junior. Them two have seemed to be just about everywhere down the field. After a loss of 2 yards, it's 3rd and 3. A give to Ryan Estrada, right side, slipped through the first tacklers, fell just about a half yard short of the first down marker, almost slipped through all the bodies. Indeed, holding on to his legs for dear life was Chance Bailey. 6 foot, 195-pound senior linebacker. Offense staying out for this 4th and 2. Ball on the right hash, right at the 7-yard line. They need the 5. Aztecs on the drive. 2 receivers left. Bryson Booth now stands behind the right tackle. They snap it straight to the running back, and whistles before the play. Richland blew a timeout and called it dead. They were setting up for the Philly special with 6:01 in the first half, and Richland a 35-10 lead over El Paso El Dorado. More Royals football, Millennium Sports Network after a timeout.
If you or a friend have experienced a significant life loss, get the booklet Walking Through the Valley of Grief by author James C. Bivens. This booklet shares biblical help and is written and designed to help you successfully deal with grief. Walking Through the Valley of Grief is available online at Amazon.com. That's Walking Through the Valley of Grief.
Look at our friends at More Than Heating and Air, Cody Moore and the Moore team. The More Than Air has a new branch in Lubbock. Train and other major brands be included. Remember, cold season starts later next week. Cold front coming in all across the state. Contact More Than Air, North Richland Hills, for a pre-winter checkup. 6:01 to play, 4th and 2. Offense out for El Dorado. Hand off, Ryan Estrada trying to run outside to the right. Somehow kept his feet for the moment, but doesn't matter. The rest of the Royal Cavalry arrives. And Hunter Yost led the charge. Royals forced a turnover on downs. With 5:52 to play in the second quarter, we've seen the Royals offense last week and, a game or a quarter and a half of tonight. The offense has really had it going. The Royals need to see the defense get going. They want to get hot for next week. Already setting up a potential date with Denton Ryan if the Raiders hold on to their 31-0 halftime lead over Abilene, and Richland pulls it out here. 1st and 10 run to Ja'Shawn Gibson for 10 yards. Actually marked him back at a 17, a 8-yard pickup. A little over a 5-minute drive for the Aztecs that came up with no points. Brett Cates to throw deep on 2nd down, has a man over the shoulder, incomplete, dropped from Aaron Brooks. Oh, Brett Cates, the ball over the shoulder, dropped it in the basket for Aaron Brooks, and seeing on the replay in the stadium, it was just right off the fingertips. Could have been an easy 82-yard touchdown instead. A 3rd and 2 play. Handoff. Ja'Shawn Gibson says, I'll score the 82-yard touchdown instead. Gibson off left tackle. Off to the races. 20, 10, 5. How about 6 touchdowns and points for Ja'Shawn Gibson? 6 first-half touchdowns from Ja'Shawn Gibson. Just his touchdown runs have him near 200 yards. That's not including the other runs in between. I mean, a one-man wrecking crew for the junior running back with offers from all the big schools, TCU, Texas Tech, Arkansas, Baylor. And I think a couple more are probably coming soon. As 41-10, and the extra point from Beck Spivey is tacked on as well. And 5:02 to play in the first half. Richland Royals feeling good. 42-10. The Royals lead the Aztecs back on the Millennium Sports Network. Fortunately, we don't have any good live stats to bring. No Dallas Morning News out here tonight, but again, just own kind of personal stats, keeping a drive chart for this game. I mean, an 82-yard, a 6-yard, a 30-yard, a 51-yard, a 48-yard, and a 17-yard touchdown run for Jay Sean Gibson. Oh, definitely over 200 yards in the first half. High short kick from Beck Spivey, fielded by upman Rashawn Bryan around the 22, and he runs straight ahead to about the 33-yard line. .455 in the first half. Royals already up 42-10. Last week, in the 77-43 win over O.D. Wyatt, I think Richland almost had, in that first half, Richland had 63 points last week. Finished the game with 77. Didn't expect them to be kind of flirting with that again in the second week of the playoffs. A similar looking game. First and 10 on the 33, ball on the right hash, a handoff to Ryan Estrada, trying to use the right side of his line. Just about 4 yards where he's wrangled down by Hunter, who else but Hunter Yost. 4-yard pickup for Ryan Estrada. And offense coordinator Andrew Macias and head coach Frank Martinez just take a lot of time on offense, getting the plays in, going to the huddle, breaking huddle. Play clock down to 7. Offense just gets set. Bryson Booth, a shotgun snap, play action, in trouble, scooting back, just tosses it on the run. Catch made, but a loss is hit immediately after the catch was Adrian Olivas, and he actually lost a yard. Darian Jones was all over Olivas right when he made the catch. A loss of a yard, 3rd and 7. Ball still on the right hash for this 3rd and 7 play. You know the Aztecs aren't giving up. Again, they trailed last week 42-14 and came back to win. Setting up a screen right side for Jadarius Sanders with some blocks. There goes Sanders. Big play down the sideline. All the way. Sanders, and whistle blown, stepped out of bounds. All the way back around the 45. No one's heard the whistles. Looking on the replay on the board in the stadium. I didn't see him step out. On the replay. Oh, the whole Paso El Dorado sideline letting this Austin crew hear it. And now there's a holding call thrown in. And that play went from almost bringing the Aztecs back with some momentum. It's quickly sledding the wrong way. Clock is stopped at 3:18 in the half. It's a 42-10 Richland lead. And El Dorado now for the hold, backed up to 3rd and 8 on their own 35. Now we're reset, 3rd and 8. Pistol formation, running back Ryan Estrada in motion far out to the left side. A throw across the middle, slant catch made, Quintez Floyd, and he's awkwardly wrestled down at the 47-yard line, a 1st down. A nice play that was for an offense that desperately needed it. Kind of made 8 yards look easy. Picked up 12, all the way out to the 47. First and 10, pistol formation, 2 backs in the backfield. Turn, give to the deep back, Ryan Estrada. Wide to the near left side, cuts up at the numbers, tripped up around the 40 at the 41. That's a pickup of 12. Back-to-back 1st down pickups for the Aztecs offense. Hunter Yostin on that last tackle again. Hunter had 10 tackles and 1 for a loss last week. He's got to be at 10 tackles already in this first half tonight. Clock at 2:15. High snap. Pulled down, the handoff, running right. Getting outside. Ryan Estrada cuts up at the numbers, makes a man miss inside 30, and rumbles down to the 25-yard line. A pickup of 16. And a lot of whistles blowing for a down player. Getting up slowly is Ryan Estrada. He's back. He's walking off under his own power. He's fine. Shook off the trainers. But there was also a flag right there, right where the Ryan Estrada was down at. Oh, he lost his helmet on the hits. He's looking for a face mask. Long discussion for our Austin crew, our referee John W. Carter. Now brings in more of the crew, brings in side judge Jaron Bailey to join the discussion. There were 7 officials in the field, 6 of them in this huddle. So indeed, they tag a face mask on the player tagged for the face mask was junior defensive tackle Channing Garner, a 6'2", 285-pounder. And then since it was pulled off due to a penalty, Ryan Estrada does not have to clean due to losing a helmet for a play. So half the distance to the goal sets up the Aztecs on 1st and 10 from the Richland 13-yard line, and there is the 2-minute timeout here from Texas Tech. 2 minutes to play in the first half, 42-10. Richland leads El Paso El Dorado. Millennium Sports presentation, Richland Royals Area Championship Football continues after this timeout.
S&B Roofing and Exteriors is faith-based, Fletcher family-owned, and fiercely driven, serving Keller and DFW since 2003. We have an exemplary record of installing quality roofing systems for commercial buildings and prestigious specialty homes. Our crew members each have over 10 years experience as certified installers of Owens Corning and CertainTeed products. Your roof protects your biggest investment, your home. For help, call S&B Roofing and Exteriors at 817-281-6433 or see us online at snbroofing.com.
2 minutes until halftime. We'll have our State Farm agent Earl Wood, a Fort Worth halftime show. Go over the first half scoring. There's been a lot of it, as well as other scores in the area. We'll get caught up on that. El Paso El Dorado with the football, 1st and 10 on the 13 of the Royals. Hand off to Adrian Olivas, running off right side. Adrian lowers the shoulder at the 7, pushes the pile a couple more yards to the 4. Close to a first down. First time we've seen that shotgun split back set. Ryan Estrada on the right side, and it was Adrian Olivas on the left side. Adrian carry for 8, 2nd and 2 from the 4. Shotgun split back set again for Bryson Booth, the quarterback. Ryan Estrada to his right, fakes to him. Booth keeps it, trying to run outright. Strung out well by the Royals, but Bryson might have just got enough of the corner to reach for the first down marker. See where he's spotted. It looks like he is at the 2-yard line, and enough for a first. It was well covered by the Royals defense, but Bryson Booth, he's 6'2", 180. He's got some wheels himself, 8.9 yards per carry on the year. Nice job of using his legs to just get enough. 1st and goal from the 2. Clock stopped at 1:07. Aztecs with all 3 timeouts. Richland was just 1. Shotgun split back set. Another fake, a keep for Bryson Booth. Tries to run off left tackle, stumbled for a minute, stonewalled. Pile pushing a few feet, but still a yard short. And whistles, it's 56 seconds. El Dorado takes their first time out. We'll look to keep it here. Go ahead and peek in on what else has been happening in Texas high school football playoffs, the area around across the states. And we had Denton Ryan up 31-0 on Abilene at the half, and it's 38. Byron Nelson, 55-21 over El Paso Eastwood as they start the 4th quarter. 2 receivers right, shotgun set for Bryson Booth on this 2nd and goal play from the 2. A run right to Ryan Estrada, trying to get the corner on the right side. Does not. Strung out beautifully by Jeremiah Newble and the safety, the freshman Marvin Hodge. Jeremiah, a sophomore. This young Richland defense continuing to get better. Just 1 senior on the Royals starting defense. That's the corner, Jackson Walker, who's had a pretty busy night. 5 juniors, 4 sophomores, and a freshman. Heard Coach Cates for Richland say it in the pregame interview. Talent, we take talent over experience. Right now the Richland talent is young. 3rd and goal. A fake on the right, a throw back to the left side, down to the ground, making the catch. Touchdown, Adrian Olivas on a play-action rollout. The touchdown pass from Bryson Booth. Aztecs, their 2nd touchdown of the night. Makes the score 42-16. And with El Dorado chasing points, offense stays out. 2-point conversion would make it a 24-point game, which technically is 3 possessions. Empty backfield for Bryson Booth. Motion man Ryan Estrada left to right, rolling that way, throws to Estrada right at the pylon, turns and scores. Oh, the classic motion him over and used all the bunch set over there as a kind of screen play, a pick play, and get Estrada open in the flats. And the 2-point conversion good, 42-18. Richland leads El Paso El Dorado. More Richland Royals Area Championship Football on Millennium Sports Network after this timeout.
With seasonal weather changes, More Than Air is now offering a fall heat and air system tune-up for just $75.95. Our family-operated business in the DFW area offers personalized service, expert solutions, and a commitment to your comfort. With us, you're not just a client, you're part of the family. Call More Than Air at 972-383-9510 or go online at morethanair.com.
The Aztecs put together their second touchdown drive of the night. In a game that's featured already 8 touchdowns. That was our first one through the air. Royals have 6 touchdowns, all on the ground from Gibson. Aztecs have 1 on the ground from Estrada. Here is Aaron Brooks in the return, near side 20, cuts up 30, flag flies. He's across the 40, out of bounds in Aztec territory at the 48, but again, a flag flew early on the return, all the way back around the 20. This one likely moving back 37 seconds currently remaining in the first half. Richland has just 1 timeout, but I mean, the way the Royals have moved the ball tonight, don't know if time is much of a factor. So many 1-play, 2-play scores. Jay Sean Gibson's big play ability. Called for the hold, Chance Bailey. That hurts. That will back up instead of setting up in Aztec territory. Richland all the way back on their own 15. With 1 timeout and 37 seconds. See what the Royals do. Brett Cates in the gun. Motion Ben Sanders left to right. Cates wants to throw. Steps up. Catch made around the 30-yard line by Kellen Williams. Turns upfield down to the 36-yard line before tackled down by Andrew Estrada. Pretty easy 22-yard pickup. Clock stops at 25 seconds after the spike from Brett Cates. Richland reserving the 1 timeout. Ball spotted in the right hash on their own 42. Kellen Williams in motion right to left. Sets up in the slot. Brett Cates to throw deep down the near right sideline. Has a man over the top. Catch made. But was he inbounds? No. Going for Ben Sanders on the sideline. Ran out of real estate. Covered by Evan Corral, the 5'10", 155 senior. Clock stopped at 18 seconds, 3rd and 10. Royals on their own 37. 4-man rush from the Aztecs. Brett Cates has time, throws, he takes a hit, deep ball, one-on-one, over the top, incomplete. Trying to make a play, coming back to the football was Aaron Brooks, was looking for a flag as well. The ball was underthrown. Brooks tried to come back at the 10 and fight one-on-one with Andrew Estrada, the free safety. Incomplete. 10 seconds remaining, 4th and 10. And Brett Cates is going to back up a few steps for the punt. Center Carter Upton. The clean snap. Brett Cates is blocked. It is blocked off the edge. Rolling free. Brett Cates dives on it around the 15-yard line. There's still 4 seconds remaining. And the Aztecs with the chance to steal a couple of free points. Oh, this could be something. If you can get we had kicker Oscar Salazar make a 37-yard field goal earlier. From this spot right here, it's about a 32-yard field goal. See what the Aztecs decide. 4 seconds, 2 timeouts. The offense is still in a huddle on the sideline. The play clock's down to 15. Feel like they're likely going to have to use a timeout. As El Dorado is just now running onto the field. And there is a timeout from head coach Frank Martinez. One timeout remaining for each team. 4 seconds until the State Farm agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth halftime show. Again, we'll do a deeper dive into all the playoff action going on around the state. Plenty of games that were final yesterday that we haven't got to touch on, and so much more happening tonight. Again, I wonder after using that timeout for Coach Frank Martinez not seeming ready, if he wants to elect to keep the offense out for one play or try to get the field goal. It's the offense out for the moment. Lined up left hash on the 15-yard line. Shotgun set for Bryson Booth. Ryan Estrada running back to his right. Give to Estrada, now a reverse to Rashawn Bryant. He's looking to throw, has nothing there, and Rashawn Bryant just is tackled down harmlessly at the 13-yard line. And Richland escapes, not giving up any points after the blocked punt. Could have definitely lost some points there at the end of the half, but Royals escape and take a 24-point lead into the half. 42-18, as this is the State Farm agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth halftime show. And start the halftime show, Millennium Sports and the Richland Royals wish to thank tonight's broadcast sponsors: Origin Bank of DFW, Bank Original, More Than Air Heating and Air Conditioning of DFW, S&B Roofing, Exterior and Fencing of Keller, State Farm agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth. State Farm is for life. Macero Mexican Restaurant, Southlake and DFW. Our Country Homes, custom homes you can afford of DFW. Allied Pest Control of North Richland Hills and DFW. Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth. Cleveland and Company Electric of Weatherford. Author James C. Bivens' book, Walking Through the Valley of Grief, available now on Amazon. The Richland Royals Touchdown Club and Harris Ratings Weekly of Corinth and Van Harris. Our first half scoring brought to you by More Than Heating and Air of DFW. Buckle in was a lot of it, 42-18. The halftime score. And it was the Royals scoring first on their first possession. A 7-play drive that went 71 yards. Capped off with a 17-yard touchdown run from Jay-Sean Gibson, 7-0. Royals, the Aztecs, their first possession. It was a 9-play drive that went about 53 yards, but then they had to settle for a 37-yard Oscar Salazar field goal, made the score 7-3. Next possession for the Royals, 3 plays, 75 yards, a 48-yard Jay-Sean Gibson touchdown run, 14-3. Next, Royals possession after a Aztec punt. Just 6 plays to go 80 yards. Finished off with a 51-yard touchdown. Jay-Sean Gibson run made the score 21-3. The teams exchanged punts, and then the Aztecs just 3 plays for 58 yards and a 44-yard touchdown run from Ryan Estrada. Got the Aztecs their first touchdown, made the score 21-10. Then Royals bounced right back. 1 play after that, 30-yard touchdown run for Jay-Sean Gibson and made it 28-10. Then the Royals would recover a kickoff deep in the Aztec territory, set them up in nice field position after that touchdown. And the Royals would use 4 plays to go 23 yards before Jay-Sean scored a 6-yard touchdown run, made it 35-10. As the Aztecs would have a drive stall after a 9-play, 60-yard drive stall, turned it over on downs inside the 5, and Jay-Sean Gibson made him pay 2 plays, 82-yard touchdown run, made the score 42-10. And then the Aztecs' last possession before the half, a 10-play drive that resulted in a 2-yard touchdown pass from Bryson Booth to Adrian Olivas, and 2-point conversion completed to Ryan Estrada. Cut the score to 42-18, and that's where we stand for our halftime score. This is the State Farm Agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth halftime show. We'll take our first time out. When we return, we'll look at the scoreboard going on in Texas High School football playoffs. More Richland Royals football on the Winning Sports Network after timeout.
More Than Air serves DFW with high-quality sales and service of heating and air systems from Trane and other quality manufacturers. Choosing More Than Air offers temperature control and peace of mind. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a full system overhaul, call More Than Air 972-383-9510 or go online to morethan.air.com. Welcome home, Our Country Homes, a third-generation DFW-owned custom builder. We focus on clients' needs, building homes on lots or at any of our 18 lifestyle communities. Call 817-229-0344 or go to ourcountryhomes.com. Enjoy the game.
S&B Fence is faith-based, family-owned, and fiercely driven. Driven to make a difference in our clients, community, and industry. Beyond roofing, we offer premium exterior services for your home, specializing in fencing, gutters, siding, painting, Christmas lights, and more. We have served the DFW area for over 20 years and are licensed and insured. Make your biggest investment, your home's exterior, more beautiful, safe, and secure. For help, call S&B Fence at 817-281-8733 or see us online at snbfence.com.
This commercial isn't about us. It's about you. It's about you and your first sip of your jalapeno margarita. It's about you and the fresh avocado and your shrimp ceviche. You and your family enjoying a good meal and good company. Celebrating with your closest friends, making a toast to a good year. Dessert, your favorite, Cinco Leches. When it's about you, you know you're at the right place. Make your reservation. Make it about you. Make it Macero.
State Farm Agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth halftime show, 42-18. Richland leads El Paso El Dorado. And we now look at our halftime scoreboard brought to you by Our Country Homes of DFW. Hey, some finals from yesterday we don't want to miss. South Oak Cliff, the Golden Bears sock 46-7 winners over Mount Pleasant. And also Highland Park, the Scots 45-10. Victorious against Frisco Reedy. 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Byron Nelson, Bobcats 62. El Paso Eastwood, Troopers 29. Denton Ryan, they're trying to continue the shutout against Abilene. The Raiders up 45-0 with 8.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Southlake also holding a shutout, 38-0 advantage against San Angelo Central at halftime. Allen Eagles 27-0 against Lake Highland at half. DeSoto a 33-14 lead against Longview starting the third quarter. Halftime between Argyle and Abilene Cooper, and Argyle with a 42-14 lead. Another halftime shutout, Dallas Jesuit and Denton Geyer, and it's Geyer up 31-0. Prosper with a 34-10 lead against Richardson Berkner at the half. The Capel Cowboys taking care of the Richardson Eagles 30-7. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Aledo has put on a couple more scores. Bearcats lead 35-0 against Amarillo Tascosa. And North Crowley and Midland play tomorrow. North Crowley not playing tonight. As that is a look at our halftime scoreboard brought to you by Our Country Homes of DFW. We have the Richland Royals band taking the field. The Royals made the trip all the way out here to Lubbock with the band as well. As the band gets in an RHS shape, we will take a timeout in the State Farm Agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth halftime show. When we return, we'll see some of this halftime performance by the Royals band. Back in a moment.
When faced with a life cycle event such as getting married, having a baby, buying a home or car, planning for retirement, or planning for college, Fort Worth State Farm agent Earl Wood has products and knowledge to help. Earl's office is at 2900 South Hewland, Suite 50 in Fort Worth. Details online at earlwood.biz. That's earlwood.biz. State Farm is for life.
S&B Roofing Exteriors and Fencing earns our clients' trust first. Backed by $5 million insurance, we provide education, ensuring a smooth, seamless experience, plus insurance claim assistance. Our specialty custom-made fences and gates are built to perfection. Go to snbroofing.com or call for a consultation at 817-281-6433.
Established in 1962, the Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth is Tarrant County's best. Located at 1509 South University. Open daily, 24 hours, and home of the Mega Pancake Challenge. You can reach us at 817-336-0311 to order in or for catering. See our menu online at oldsouthpancakehouse.com. Enjoy the game. Cleveland and Company Electric of Weatherford, Texas offers full electrical services for commercial and residential properties. Whether it be new construction, remodels, or even whole home generators by Generac or Kohler, call Tanner Cleveland at 817-938-7680. Go Richland Royals. Enjoy the game. Established in 1962, the Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth is Tarrant County's best. Located at 1509 South University. Open daily, 24 hours, and home of the Mega Pancake Challenge. You can reach us at 817-336-0311 to order in or for catering. See our menu online at oldsouthpancakehouse.com. Enjoy the game.
Since 1963, the Harris Ratings Weekly has provided Texas high school football coaches and fans complete rating services, including the power ratings for all UIL football teams, from 2A to 6A, with the top 10 rankings and the point differentials for each game each week. For more information, call Harris Ratings Weekly and Van Harris at 940-498-5176. That's 940-498-5176. And they're online at harrisratings.com. Harris Ratings Weekly, another proud supporter of Millennium Sports football broadcasts.
Wasps buzzing in your backyard? Spiders and ants taking over your kitchen? Rodents planning a housewarming party in your attic? Not on our watch. Alliance Pest keeps pests out and your home safe.
S&B Roofing Exteriors and Fencing earns our clients' trust first. Backed by $5 million insurance, we provide education, ensuring a smooth, seamless experience, plus insurance claim assistance. Our specialty custom-made fences and gates are built to perfection. Go to snbroofing.com or call for a consultation at 817-281-6433.
Fort Worth State Farm agent Earl Wood offers the State Farm Steer Clear Young Drivers Program. The Steer Clear Awareness Program is for drivers under the age of 25 and is designed to reinforce the fundamentals of driving. You can contact Earl Woods in Fort Worth at 817-922-9300. Details available online at earlwood.biz. That's earlwood.biz. State Farm is for life.
At the RTC, our mission is to give student athletes, families, and the RHS community the best Royal experience. From upgraded weight room equipment and athletic training support to game day meals and special seasonal events, we are committed to elevating every moment. Thanks to our community for generous time and financial contributions. To join the Richland Touchdown Club, contact us at rtcroyals@gmail.com. Go Royals! Millennium Sports hopes you enjoy our presentation of this Bright Lights Game of the Week football game. If your business, family, church, or school organization wish to sponsor broadcasts, contact John Frow, president of Millennium Sports, at 214-642-7003 or email jmfrow@att.net.
State Farm agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth halftime show. It's been a Royals heavy first half, 42-18. Richland leads El Paso El Dorado Aztecs. As we still got a handful of minutes till teams make their way back out of the locker rooms. Richland again tonight serving as the home team. And they take on the winner of Denton Ryan and Abilene. And last we checked with Ryan, they're up 45-0, I believe, on Abilene. So that rematch very likely setting up. Richland can hold on to this 24-point second half lead against El Paso El Dorado. And that's actually no easy feat. Don't forget El Dorado mentioned earlier that last week they beat Amarillo 77-76. They were down 42-14 early in the third quarter of that game. I talked to some of their assistant coaches on the field pregame. They said they were down big early, and they said one of the craziest games they've ever seen. It was just kind of big play touchdown after big play touchdown for the Aztecs almost every time they had the football. And they were able to come back on Amarillo, win that game 77-76. And if you're big in the Texas high school sports, you may have even noticed Amarillo, you may have saw on Twitter, or not Twitter, just anywhere, they had a three-way coin toss with Amarillo, Tascosa, and another team. They had a three-way coin toss for the last playoff spot, and Amarillo won the three-way coin toss, barely got in, got that game against El Dorado last week, and then one of the craziest high school football finishes you'll see soon followed. But Richland Royals Football Nation, Royals Playoff Football 2025 is here worldwide. You can make it possible for family, former student athletes, players, and fans to follow the Royals, receive shout-outs or business ads by sponsoring playoff broadcasts. Call or text John Frow, president of Millennium Sports, at 214-642-7003 or email jmfrow@att.net for a chance, opportunities, the sponsors, and the Royals looking to keep it going. They've won an area playoff game the last 2 seasons. This looking to be the 3rd year in a row the Royals could reach the region quarterfinal. They made it last year and lost to Denton Ryan in this 3rd round game. The year before, lost to Forney. So the Royals have a hump that they're trying to get over. They've been past this bump plenty of times here in the area round. Those are trying to find their way deeper than that. As just now the Royals are making it out of their end, and as are the Aztecs on the other side. I was just mentioning off air, the El Paso El Dorado, the tunnel, the inflatable they run out of it's a pyramid. It's pretty cool. Being the Aztecs, having a big pyramid you kind of emerge from. The Raiders have a big state of Texas with a shape, with an R shape. Well, with the letter R right in the middle of it. It's the shape of Texas. As teams warm up, a few minutes remaining in halftime. State Farm agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth halftime show. We'll step aside one more time, come back. Second half scouting report and second half kickoff setting up as Williams Sports presentation of Richland Royals Championship Area Championship football continues after this timeout.
When faced with a life cycle event such as getting married, having a baby, buying a home or car, planning for retirement, or planning for college, Fort Worth State Farm agent Earl Wood has products and knowledge to help. Earl's office is at 2900 South Hewland, Suite 50 in Fort Worth. Details online at earlwood.biz. That's earlwood.biz. State Farm is for life.
Cleveland and Company Electric of Weatherford, Texas offers full electrical services for commercial and residential properties. Whether it be new construction, remodels, or even whole home generators by Generac or Kohler, call Tanner Cleveland at 817-938-7680. Go Richland Royals. Enjoy the game.
Continue to wrap up halftime in Lubbock. We check in, see if any scores have changed from our halftime scoreboard. 7 minutes to play, and Trophy Club Byron Nelson 62-29 over El Paso Eastwood. In that contest, Denton Ryan 45-0 against Abilene. 5 minutes to go in the third. Or that third quarter actually coming to an end. South Lake 38-0 against San Angelo Central. 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. Allen Eagles still pitching a shutout, 27-0 against the Lake Highlands Wildcats with 6 minutes to play in the third. DeSoto 40-14 against Longview, 14 minutes, 7 minutes in the third quarter. 8:22 to play in the third. Argyle 49, Abilene Cooper 14. 10:29 to play in the third. Denton Geyer 38, Dallas Jesuit. The Rangers scoreless. Prosper all over Richardson Berkner 40-10 with 8 minutes to play in the third quarter. Capel Cowboys taking care of Richardson 31-7, 2:40 to play in the third. Aledo has doubled their halftime score, now up 42-0. The Bearcats up on Amarillo Tascosa with a minute to play in the third quarter. And again, this game wrapping up the half here from Lubbock. This game's just slightly behind most of the other games. What happens when you have these high-scoring games? 60 points in the first half. I mean, we're right on our way to. We had 120 total points scored last week in the 77-43 win over OD Wyatt. We're halfway there at the halfway points of this one. Looking at second half scouting report brought to you by Our Country Homes of DFW. Well, for the Aztecs, they want to come back. They have to start connecting on some passes. Neither of these teams have had anything going in the passing game. It's been all runs and short passes. The Aztecs have to get some big plays down the field, chunk plays in a hurry. For the Royals, you can keep going with this speed race, put your pedal to the metal, and keep riding Deshaun Gibson, try to get a couple more touchdowns and make it to where no team can come back. Or we'll see Richland, I think, really slow it up, but they'll still keep the foot on the gas, that is, but slow it up in their play. Richland has been no huddle, quickly to the line, hurry up, look to the sideline, one play and go. Now the Royals can take some time in between plays, getting the play calls in, making sure they're ready to go, as they are ready to go here in the third quarter just momentarily. Both teams retaking the field. The Aztecs won the toss, deferred to the second half, so they'll have the ball first. We'll see what Coach Frank Martinez and the Aztecs whipped up at halftime against Coach Jed Cates and his Royals, protecting a 24-point lead to start the second half. And again, remember, folks, due to UIL media regulations, this game, we cannot show you any game action, game footage from tonight. But again, we got our camera on in the stadium showing what else we can, providing all the action. Ryan Estrada, the lone deep man for the Aztecs, needing a big play. Bex Spivey on to kick it. Second half underway. High end over end kick, short, fielded around the 18-yard line. Rasan Bryant straight up the right sideline. He's decked out at about the 29. Royals on their own at 29, ball spotted on the right hash, 11:56 third quarter. Bryson Booth and company out in the pistol formation. And now Ryan Estrada steps to the right, turns it to a shotgun. Turn and a give to Estrada, running left, wide to the left, has a block, cuts up 30, makes a man miss, 35, and just can't escape. Nice job holding on for dear life was Paxton Weeks, bring down Ryan Estrada near the 42, pickup of 13. Bryson Booth goes all the way to the sideline to get the play call from offense coordinator Andrew Macias himself. Often you have players sub in and bring in the play call with them. Sometimes the quarterback has to do it himself. 1st and 10. Motion right to left, and they give it to him on a jet sweep. That's Rashawn Bryant trying to turn up at the numbers. Ekes forward for 3 yards to the 45. Second and 7. Ball now on the left near hash. Darius Sanders and Sean Bryant line up to the right side. It's Quintez Floyd out wide to the left. Ryan Estrada the back to the left. A handoff to Estrada with some blockers off right side across the 50. Makes a move outside 40. Estrada down the sideline 30. Pushed out of bounds inside the 25. Marvin Hodge finally chased him down, but not before. Heavy damage, 32 yards for Ryan Estrada. Down to the 23-yard line of the Royals. Clock is stopped at 10:25 after the out of bounds. On the right hash. 2 receivers left. Pistol formation. Now they're back out in motion to the left side. Play action. Deep down the right side. Over the shoulder. Broken up. Jackson Walker fighting all the way through the play. One-on-one against Jadarius Sanders, the New Mexico State commit. The 6'2", 165 senior, but it was Jackson Walker, the 6', 170 senior, coming away winning that battle. It's a good throw, one-on-one over the shoulder. There's big target, Sanders, again, 165, 6'2", 11 receiving touchdowns on the year. But it's 2nd and 10. Trips left. High snap, handoff, Ryan Estrada. Shotgun running right. Dragging Arroyo with them inside the 20 to the 19. 4-yard pickup. Dragged was Darion Jones. Four-yard pickup, 3rd and 6. Clock at 9:40, 3rd quarter, and ticking. Ryan Estrada to the left. Delayed handoff to Estrada, going right. Big pickup, 1st down, slides down to the 10. A 9-yard pickup for Ryan Estrada on 3rd and 6. For Paxton Weeks brought him down. 1st down, 1st and goal at the 10. Ball spotted on the right hash. Shotgun split back set for Bryson Booth. Ryan Estrada to his right, and he gets the call. Running wide left, a block out in front, cuts up at the hashes, bounces outside at the 5, has the pylon, touchdown, Aztecs. Estrada runs it in for the 2nd time tonight, and back-to-back scores for El Dorado as the Aztecs down just 42-24. Offense staying out for a 2-point try, trying to cut it to 16. 8:51 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Ball spotted at the 3-yard line for the 2-point conversion. Trips left. Ryan Estrada, the running back, to the left of Bryson Booth. Jadarius Sanders alone to the right. It's a goal line fade right to Sanders the whole way, and incomplete. Tight coverage. Another one-on-one battle. This one was with Jackson Walker again, and Walker wins another battle. And with 8:51 remaining in the third quarter, the score remains 42-24. Richland leads El Paso El Dorado. Millennium Sports presentation of Richland Royals Area Championship Football continues after this timeout.
Attention high school football fans. Don't miss out on the opportunity to be part of Texas football history. Mark your calendars for the UIL State Football Championships, December 17th through 20th at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, where the best teams from 6-man to 6A leave it all on the field in hopes of becoming named champion. For the latest updates and ticket information, go to uiltexas.org/football. Again, that's uiltexas.org/football.
A little over 3 minutes gone by in the third quarter. The Aztecs, 6-play, 71-yard drive, capped off with the Ryan Estrada 10-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion failed. And now trying for a little onside kick. That ball was touched early, as it was covered by the Aztecs on the scribble off the right side, but it was touched about 3 or 4 yards early by a hand from El Dorado. Yeah, an illegal touch. Should give the Royals the football in plus territory.
Illegal substitution. KT.
I'm not sure you'd have a legal substitution on a kick game.
That penalty be tacked on first down.
It's Richland's ball at their own 49. That's what we'll call it. .850 in the third quarter. Richland starting. Well, now they tack on the 5 yards. So they start on the Aztec 46. First and 10 for Brett Cates and Jay-Sean Gibson. First time in the second half. The Royals on offense, and Brett Cates keeps it on the read option. Big hole off the right side, and 14 yards right off the edge down to the 31-yard line. Give Jay-Sean Gibson on first and 10, starting left, trying to dance through, but cannot evade all the Aztecs. First in, holding on to Jay-Sean's legs was Matthew Pinto. First time we called the 5'11", 160 senior strong safety. 4-yard pickup, 2nd and 6. Quick throw, left side, short hitch route, catch made for about 3 yards to Theo Gray. And it's 3rd and 3. Ball on the left hash. Royals on the Aztec 24. Well within kicker Beck Spivey's range, career long at 45. But I think Royals are thinking 6. Brett Cates to throw, across the middle, incomplete behind his target, Ben Sanders. And just like that, it is 4th and 3. And off left side, Jay-Sean Gibson breaks through again, untouched. And on 4th and 3 from the 24, Jay-Sean Gibson scores. I think this is my, personally, first time ever seeing a 7-touchdown performance. Jay-Sean Gibson, 7 scores on the night. One-man wrecking crew. Beck Spivey extra point. is good. And with 7:32 remaining in the third quarter, the Royals add on. They lead by 25, 49-29 over El Paso El Dorado. With 7:32 remaining in the third, back on Morning Sports Network after this timeout.
Welcome home. Our Country Homes, a third-generation DFW-owned custom builder. We focus on clients' needs, building homes on lots or at any of our 18 lifestyle communities. Call 817-229-0344 or go to ourcountryhomes.com. Enjoy the game.
Scoring did not cool off thanks to the halftime break. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. The Aztecs with a 6-play, 71-yard drive, and Richland comes right back with a 5-play, 46-yard drive. Here's Bex Spivey to kick it away. Another high, short kick. Rashawn Bryant bounces in front of him at the 25, far side sideline. He just grabs it, takes a few steps up. It's decked out of bounds. About the 27. And they'll give him the 28. Last drive for El Dorado's, maybe the best looking one of the night. It was just 6 plays, but it was just 5 positive rush plays sandwiched with an incompletion in between. Here's the 1st and 10 play, a fake and a throw across the middle, catch made. Quintez Floyd around the 40-yard line, turns upfield 45 and tackled down around the 48-yard line. 20 yards on 1st down. El Dorado likes these play-action quick slants. They don't seem like real RPOs because Bryson Booth hasn't been as much of a threat himself with it. Back in the pistol with Adrian Olivas to his right and Ryan Estrada, the deep back. Now Olivas sets up off right tackle as a tight end. 1st and 10 play and a handoff to Ryan Estrada, immediately trying to get out wide to the near side, racing for the corner and taken down, nicely holding on, tripping up for the tackle. Jaden Williams, the 5'10", 170 junior, a backup linebacker, holds Ryan Estrada to a long 1-yard run. Still not much desperation from El Dorado. Taking time in a huddle. And now whistles for this play. They reset the ball to the other hash. And that's correct. Ryan Estrada was tackled out here on the far outside of the left. I don't know why the ball was put in the right hash. 2nd and 9. Hand off. Same play. Ryan Estrada trying to get out wide to the left. And again, well strung out. A gain of about 5 or 6 still out to the 45. And it is 3rd and 3. 5.5 minutes to play in the third from Lubbock. Bryson Booth jogging back in from the sideline with the play call. From his OC, Andrew Macias. Two receivers right. Shotgun snap and a handoff, a fake. Bryson Booth keeps it running wide right. Gets outside for the moment and is hit a yard short of the sticks. And A nifty play. They ran that play, and it's normally a draw, but this time Booth kind of fakes the draw, keeps it. Took a big hit from Jackson Walker at the end of it. 2-yard pickup. It's 4th and 1. Ball spotted on the right hash on the Richland 43. Shotgun set. Ryan Estrada to the left. The 4th and 1 play. Fake to Estrada. Bryson Booth keeps it off left side. He has the first down. Gets a push from his lineman for a couple of extra yards down to the 38. A 5-yard pickup. And anytime Bryson Booth fakes it and keeps it, it has the defense fooled. So many bodies and eyes on the running back, Ryan Estrada. Clock at 4:15 and ticking. Bryson Booth, the junior quarterback, has the play from the sideline. 2 receivers left. Now they shift. Rashawn Bryant sets up to the right. 1st and 10 play. Deep ball left side. 1-on-1 for Quintez Floyd. Incomplete. Definitely tried their hands at a good amount of these deep balls and just unable to connect. Quarterback Bryson Booth and his receivers. Again, these receivers came in averaging. Rashawn Bryant averages 27.7 yards a catch, and Darius Sanders 21.6. They are big play receivers who have not been able to make the big plays tonight. Second and 10, handoff. Ryan Estrada, right side, slips a tackle in the backfield and turned almost a loss into a pretty nice gain of 5. Where Darian Jones makes the tackle. Third and 5. 2 receivers each way. Ryan Estrada on the left, tip of Bryson Booth. Setting up a screen right for Jadarius Sanders with some blocks, but well sniffed out by the Royals defense. A small gain of 1.5 yards. Jackson Walker has been all over Jadarius Sanders tonight. Big shout out to the senior corner Jackson Walker and his effort against Sanders. Every time the ball's been thrown that way, it's those two in a dogfight. Ball on the right hash. It's 4th and 4. Ryan Estrada in motion to the left. A throw to that way, catches it, but tackled immediately. Oh, all over him, Paxton Weeks, the 5'9", 155 junior. Shot out of a cannon. Makes the one-on-one tackle in the open field and forces the turnover on downs. What a play. This Richland defense, I mean, I know they've given up the 24 points and a couple of big touchdown runs, but man, the Royals defense, Paxton Weeks, Jackson Walker, and Hunter Yost, those 3 specifically tonight. Of course, help up front, Jeremiah Newell and Gage Goodwin. Here's Brett Cates on 1st down. He wants a kill shot. Deep down the left side, over the shoulder, incomplete. Was looking for Theo Gray, the second. Clock stopped at 2:15 in the 3rd. Ball spotted on the right hash. 2nd and 10 from the 36 of the Royals. Brett Cates in the shotgun. Takes the snap. A quick throw out to the right. Catch made coming back towards the sideline down to the ground. Ben Sanders at the 39 to pick up a 3. And 3rd and 7. Late substitution for the Royals. Still getting set at the line. Play clock at 15. 2 receivers each way. Ben Sanders in motion, right to left across the formation. Brett Cates the throw on 3rd and 7. Steps up, looks left. Now flushed out of the pocket, dancing around. Running back near side to the right. Now tucks and runs. Has a first down across the 50. Out of bounds at the 45. A pickup of 16. Brett Cates had all kinds of time back there and kept maneuvering and shimmering until he found where he wanted to go. Minute 20 remaining in 3rd quarter. Brett Cates the throw, deep ball across the middle, catch made inside the 25-yard line on the deep cross from Aaron Brooks. 25 yards and he's slow to get up. Rolling around on the turf after the tackle is Aaron Brooks. Now gets up under his own power, trying to stumble off the field. Kind of before the injury timeout got to him. Clock is at a minute 12. Aaron Brooks is standing on the field. And now he's making his way to the sideline. Walking off fully under his own power. So he kind of has his hands on his lower back. And we're back in the action. Shotgun set for Brett Cates and Ja'Shawn Gibson. A fake to him. Cates, deep ball down the middle. Had Ben Sanders, but overthrew him. Somehow Ben was behind 3 white jerseys in the end zone. But again, unable to connect on a deep ball. It was a kind of frozen rope on the seam route. Too much on it. 2nd and 10 from the 21 of El Dorado. 55 seconds in the 3rd. Trips to the left for Brett Cates. Ja'Shawn Gibson on his left hip. Looking left, quick throw, catch made with a block. Slipping the first, so it was Brady Blankenship, but not much going. It's about 4 yards, 4 yards out to the 17. Brings 3rd and 6. Final 30 seconds of the 3rd.
At the Aztec 17-yard line, 3rd down.
Trips to the right. Ja'Shawn Gibson in the back. They snap it. 17. Swing pass to Gibson. Right side. Blockers out in front. Inside the 10. 5. No one tackles Ja'Shawn Gibson. He's got to be running out of celebrations. That's his 8th. 7 rushing touchdowns and now a receiving touchdown for Ja'Shawn Gibson. Touchdown pass. So Brett Cates gets his first down pass of the night. Gives him 20 on the season. Ja'Shawn Gibson with his 7 rushing touchdowns. He came into the night with 28. He's now got 35. There's the extra point from Beck Spivey. That's clean. And we'll update the score, and there it is with 7 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. It's 56-24. Richland leads El Paso El Dorado. More Richland Royals football on the Moon Sports Network after a quick timeout.
This commercial isn't about us. It's about you. It's about you and your first sip of your jalapeno margarita. It's about you and the fresh avocado and your shrimp ceviche. You and your family enjoying a good meal and good company. Celebrating with your closest friends, making a toast to a good year. Dessert, your favorite, Cinco Leches. When it's about you, you know you're at the right place. Make your reservation. Make it about you. Make it Macero.
Bex Bivey on for another deep kickoff. Well, none really gone deep. And this one, another high angled kick towards the right sideline. Sean Bryant going back near his 20. Coming all the way back wide, near side at the hashes. Has an angle 40, 45, cuts up at the 50. And finally the Royals catch up to him just across midfield at the 47.
Bryant with the return for the Aztecs. Back on play by number 17, Jackson Walker.
El Dorado back on offense, as that is the end of the third quarter after the long kick return. Three quarters in the books, and it's been all Royals, 56-24. Richland leads El Paso El Dorado. Fourth quarter action in the Win Sports Network after timeout.
When you bundle home and auto, good things can happen. You get a local agent who can help you choose the right coverage for you at a price that's right for you.
Call State Farm agent Earl Wood in Fort Worth today.
Millennium Sports and the Royals wish to thank tonight's broadcast sponsors: Origin Bank, DFW, Bank Original, More Than Air, Heating and Air Conditioning of DFW, S&B Roofing, Exterior and Fencing of Keller, State Farm agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth. State Farm is for life. Macero Mexican Restaurant, South Lake and DFW. Our Country Homes, custom homes you can afford of DFW. Allied Pest Control of North Richland Hills and DFW. Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth. Cleveland and Company Electric of Weatherford, Texas. Richland Royals Touchdown Club. Here's a 1st and 10 pitch play to Ryan Estrada, trying to get out wide right, but it was such a deep pitch. Estrada is going to lose a handful of yards. A loss of 6 all the way back at his own 47, chased down by Jeremiah Newble, the 6'3", 235 sophomore DN. Poor team trying to come back. Don't want to go backwards.
Second down for the Aztecs. Back on their own 47-yard line.
2nd and 16. Ball on the near hash. Two receivers each way. Ryan Estrada, the running back to the left. Fumbled snap, picked up off the ground. Bryson Booth just picks it up and throws it out to the left side, incomplete between two receivers, but it just seemed more of a panic throw. And it's 3rd and 16. Pass rushing substitutions in for the Royals. Tyron Johnson and Mason Allison come into the offensive line. Tyrone Johnson, 6', 255 junior, and Mason Allen, 6'4", 210 senior. Here's the 3rd and 16 play. 11:05 to play. Quick throw across the middle, tipped up in the air and incomplete. Was looking for Quintez Floyd, but the Royals were all over it. In on the coverage was Jaden Williams, the 5'10", 170 junior backup linebacker. It's 4th and 16, no other option but for the offense to stay out. Shotgun for Bryson Booth. Trips to the left and a delayed handoff to Ryan Estrada that went nowhere. Taken down at the line immediately. Quade Williams, the 6'2", 270 junior, was not fooled. And a turnover on down was not a pretty possession. Lost 6 on a run, 2 incompletions, and then lost a yard on another run. And the Royals take over in great position on the Aztec 45 with 10:51 to play. And whistles before this snap. Theo Gray, the false start. Puts the ball right on the 50. Trips to the right. Brett Cates, the pass, looking that way. Deep ball, right sideline. Had a man in a window, but incomplete. Oh, that just looked like it went right off of Ben Sanders. Brett Cates down the sideline. Yeah, put it right in the basket. He just dropped a handful of drops from each side tonight as well. Just hasn't been the best night for the receivers. It's been a running back kind of night. Yeah, Ben Sanders had the defender beat. Here's Jayshon Gibson, pushed back in the backfield. Somehow escapes, got back almost the original line of scrimmage. Actually turned was almost a loss in the 5 or 6 into 2. Just Jose Bustamante had some initial pressure, the 5'10", 225 junior defensive tackle. Third and 18. Royals in the gun. Play action. Brett Cates steps up. Pressure coming. Deep ball down the middle. Has a man and they connect for the touchdown. Aaron Brooks from 53 yards out. Oh, just so many of the deep balls just overthrown, just missed, just off the fingertips. Finally, we have a connection, a 53-yard touchdown from Brett Cates to Aaron Brooks. Second touchdown pass of the night for Brett Cates. Aaron Brooks, his 9th receiving touchdown. He's been quiet tonight. And for the second straight playoff game, the Royals have broken 60. They've got 62-24. Beck Spivey extra point makes it 63. With 9:53 to play in the fourth, a 63-24 Richland lead over El Paso El Dorado. Millennium Sports presentation of Richland Royals Area Championship football continues after this timeout.
S&B Roofing and Exteriors is faith-based, Fletcher family-owned, and fiercely driven, serving Keller and DFW since 2003. We have an exemplary record of installing quality roofing systems for commercial buildings and prestigious specialty homes. Our crew members each have over 10 years' experience as certified installers of Owens Corning and CertainTeed products. Your roof protects your biggest investment, your home. For help, call S&B Roofing Exteriors at 817-281-6433 or see us online at snbroofing.com.
Remember, folks, our friends at More Than Air, Dylan Moore, or Colton Moore, the owner, got a new branch here in Lubbock. Right here we're playing this Richland football game. Colton Moore, based out of Richland, will have Train and other major brands in the store. Cold season starts later next week. Big cold front coming in. Contact More Than Air, North Richland Hills, for a pre-winter checkup. Another short kickoff for Sean Bryant, just takes it up to about the 27-yard line. near side for the Aztecs.
First and 10 for the Aztecs at their own 28-yard line.
Waiting on El Dorado to come out from the sideline in their huddle. The Richland defense awaits. 9:46 to play here in Lubbock. We get ready to check in on some other scores. Other games definitely wrapping up. Bryson Booth in the shotgun on first down. Rolls left, looking to pass. Now in trouble, coming back to the right, pointing. Now tucks it up the middle, making so many Royals miss. Still on his feet somehow, across the 35, and picked up 10 yards for a first down. He looked really reluctant to run the whole time. He's trying to stay behind the line, look deep, and just kept making so many Royals miss on the way doing it. He kind of accidentally walked into a 10-yard run. Final from between Byron Nelson and El Paso Eastwood, 62-29, Byron Nelson the victors. And there it is, a final. Denton Ryan 59-0 over Abilene. Richland 9 minutes away from a rematch with Denton Ryan. A pump fake from Bryson Booth. Wants a deep ball for Jadarius Sanders near sideline. Broken up, incomplete. And there he is again, sitting in his lap with the coverage, Jackson Walker. The whole way, stride for stride. Walker didn't fall for the shoulder fake at all. Got a hand up and deflected the pass. 2nd and 10, 8:51 to play. I know there's still 9 minutes to play, but right now Jackson Walker might be my defensive player of the game. Him, Hunter Yost, and Paxton Weeks. Here's the 2nd and 10 play. Another pump fake and a throw deep down the far left side from Bryson Booth. But again, just didn't seem like he's on the same page with Rashawn Bryant. Incomplete, a few yards out in front of him. It's 3rd and 10. Starting the 4th quarter, Southlake up 65-7 on San Angelo Central. 10 minutes in the 4th quarter, Allen 41-7 lead against the Lake Highland Wildcats. Final, DeSoto 60-28 over Longview. And the Argyle Eagles keep scoring. They've got 70 to Abilene Cooper's 35 with 8:39 to go in the 4th. Here we go, 3rd and 10 play for the Aztecs. Bryson Booth to pass, looking right, deep down the sideline and out of bounds, incomplete. And Jadarius Sanders, actually that was Ryan Estrada, who's covered by Paxton Weeks, forced him out of bounds, 4th and 10. Denton Geyer 44-14 with 10 minutes left against Dallas Jesuit. Prosper 50-24 win over Richardson Berkner. Capel a 38-7 final against Richardson. And Alito finished the shutout 42-0 against Amarillo Tascosa. Oscar Salazar in the punt for the first time tonight, and he faked it, pulled it down near side, running for the sideline, had a long way to go and doesn't get there. Only picked up about 3 yards, ran out of bounds at the 42. Bad snap that forced Salazar to move right, and then he had to fake it to avoid getting blocked. So he just tucked it and started running for his life, and could not make the line to gain. So Richland with 8:19 to play on the Aztec 41. Up 63-24. Brett Cates in the Actually, I think we're done with Brett Cates. Indeed. Quick throw out right side, incomplete. That is Miles Lee. Miles Lee, the sophomore in at quarterback. We saw some Miles last week in the blowout victory over O.D. Wyatt. The running back is Musa Kurkula, 5'9", 165 junior. He gets the call, finds a lane off the left side, bounces off a tackle inside the 30. Oh, Musa Kurkula gets in on it. Touchdown, Royals. 41 yards. For Musa Kurkula, his third rushing touchdown of the season, the 41-yard run, his longest of the year. And for the second week in a row, Richland looking to break 70. An extra point coming from Beck Spivey. Royals late getting a couple subs on for the field goal unit. Still looking to the sideline. Play clock's at 10. Field goal unit's kind of standing around now, late running a different player on. Well, they were holding the ball for subs. And now delay a game. It appeared Richland had everyone out there for the field goal unit except the snapper. Late running on was Brian Marino. Extra point backed up 5 yards, but still no problem for Beck Spivey. The PAT is converted, and there it is, a 70 spot for the Royals for the second straight week in the playoffs. 70-24, Richland leads El Paso. El Dorado. Millennium Sports presentation of Richland Royals Area Championship football continues after a quick timeout.
Cleveland and Company Electric of Weatherford, Texas offers full electrical services for commercial and residential properties. Whether it be new construction, remodels, or even whole home generators by Generac or Kohler. Call Tanner Cleveland at 817-938-7680. Go Richland Royals. Enjoy the game.
So Royals setting up for next week with Denton Ryan. Ryan 49-0 over Abilene. Again, Richland's season ended last year to Denton Ryan in the region quarterfinals. Lost to him in a close game earlier in this year, 30-21. Sean Bryant on the short kick, just out back to the 26. .744 to play.
First and 10 for the Aztecs at their own 26-yard line.
Ball spotted right, almost right in the middle, shade towards the right. First down, fake and a keep for Bryson Booth. Faked all the Royals off the left side. Booth across the 40, tripped up from behind at the 46, 47. 21 yards on the QB keeper. A couple of other Royals in the game. Drake Jones, a senior defensive back.
First and 10 for the Aztecs at the 47-yard line.
Clock now hits the 7-minute mark. Shotgun snap, handoff. Ryan Estrada left side, big hole across the 45. Carries a Royal with him on the numbers. Tackled right at the 40. At the far side, that's 13 yards.
Brings up 1st and 10 for the Aztecs at the Royals' 40-yard line.
That run moved the sticks. 1st and 10, 6.5 minutes to play. For an El Dorado offense who, again, 5 consecutive games had scored 59 or more points. Might not break 30 today unless Bryson Booth deep over the top, shoulder incomplete. Oh, that's another drop. That was Rasan Bryant, 5'10", 165 senior. He beat Paxton Weeks, and it was a good ball from Bryson Booth. Been a lot of deep, big plays left on the table. Unable to hook up either side, quarterback and receivers. 4 down linemen for the Royals in the 2nd and 10. It's a run left out of the shotgun with Ryan Estrada. Stiff arms a man to the ground at the line of scrimmage. Up the sideline, stepped out after a gain of 6 to the 34. Clock is stopped at 6 minutes. Anytime El Dorado has time to set up a play and talk during a huddle, they like to get together. Play clock at 1. Just get the snap off. Hand off, Ryan Estrada running left. His line was pushed back, but he pushes forward down the far sideline. Estrada off to the races and scores. Made some contact on Ryan Estrada early, but then he escaped and darted out the backside for a 34-yard TD. That's the 3rd Ryan Estrada touchdown. With 5:45 to play in the 4th quarter, that makes the score 70-30. But we do have an injured Royal down at the 35-yard line. Now getting up with a little bit of help, but trying to make it off himself. That is let me double check. Carter Upton, junior defensive lineman. He's walking in his own power, but a heavy limp. Not putting much on his right foot. But he makes it to the sideline himself. And the offense stays out, or no, the extra point team on for El Dorado. Xavier Torres the snap and Rasan Bryant to hold. Oscar Salazar on for the PAT. And converts the 1-pointer. Score is 70-31. 5:45 to play in the 4th quarter from Lubbock. More Richland Royals football on the Millennium Sports Network after a message.
With seasonal weather changes, More Than Air is now offering a fall heat and air system tune-up for just $75.95. Our family-operated business in the DFW area offers personalized service, expert solutions, and a commitment to your comfort. With us, you're not just a client, you're part of the family. Call More Than Air at 972-383-9510 or go online at morethanair.com.
5:45 to play from Lubbock for Ryan Estrada. His 3 touchdowns tonight. I mean, obviously he'd rather a different score, but his 3 touchdowns tonight give him 40 rushing touchdowns on the season. And a total of 41 on the year. On the onside, just a high, short squib, ran up, caught on a fair catch by Brady Blankenship, and Richland will start on their own 45. Royals and their backup sophomore quarterback Miles Lee on their own 44. 5:43 to play. First down, a handoff off the left side. Musa Kurkula getting some more action after his 41-yard touchdown run, his last touch. Second and 10 after a no gain. Richland taking all their time, looking to the sideline, getting play calls in from offense coordinator Lamar Kirk. They snapped this one with 4 and handed off to Musa Kurkula running left. Power just a yard behind the left side of the line, wrapped up by Xavier Torres. Gain of just 3, and it's 3rd and 7. .420 and counting. And just another dominant victory for Richland. And the handoff on 3rd and 7. The Musa Kurkula runs over an Aztecian at the 50, falls forward to the 49. Just a 3-yard pickup in 4th and 3. Offense staying out. Let's see the defender who took that hit from Musa Kurkula. Couldn't see the number. Richland letting the play clock run down, now under 10. Now offense gets set. Sophomore quarterback Miles Lee keeps it on the option, trying to get out to the left, but closed down and just about a yard or 2. On top of him was Quintez Floyd and Corvell Taylor. Fourth and 3 came up short by a yard. And I believe that's just the second time tonight. Richland does not come away with points on the possession. They turn it over on downs with 3:12 to play. And first down, throw left side, incomplete. Looking for Josiah Nduho, but incomplete, second down. Clock stopped at 3:04. For El Dorado, they used to have a good amount of returning players. You had you have 7 starters, senior starters in offense. As running right, Bryson Booth off the option, keeps it, slips through a wave and picks up about 7 yards. But Bryson Booth will be back. He's just a junior. Right tackle Noah Emilife will be back as well, and a couple of guys in the offensive line. Center Ryan Sanchez, a junior, and right guard Hefte Quinonez, a junior. But all the receivers and running backs do graduate. Rashawn Bryant, Jadarius Sanders, Adrian Olivas, Quintez Floyd, and Ryan Estrada. They've been the main 5 skill position players tonight. Booth in the shotgun, 3rd and 3. Trying to run off left side, reverses backfield to the right, and ain't gonna get there. Just somehow got back to the original line of scrimmage. No gain, 4th and 3 as we hit the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go from Lubbock, Texas. Richland Royals 70. El Paso El Dorado Aztecs 31. More Millennium Sports football of Richland Royals football back after a timeout.
Established in 1962, the Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth is Tarrant County's best. Located at 1509 South University. Open daily, 24 hours, and home of the Mega Pancake Challenge. You can reach us at 817-336-0311 to order in or for catering. See our menu online at oldsouthpancakehouse.com. Enjoy the game.
Final 2 minutes, Bryson Booth. Hand off right side, breaking out into the open field. I believe that's Adrian Olivas. It is big gain inside the 30 to the 25, a 30-yard run. We mentioned next week with Ryan winning their game, Richland winning here tonight, a rematch likely for next Friday, day after Thanksgiving. We'll have the game for you here, Millennium Sports Network. Royals and the Raiders expected to be over in Capel. Likely an afternoon kickoff. Running off left side, Adrian Olivas spins through a few tackles, picks up about 5. But keep an eye and know when the next game and broadcast will be. Make sure if you're watching this game right now, you like and subscribe to the channel at Millennium Sports Network DFW. Keep up to date with all of our games every week. And if you don't see us on YouTube, you can also make sure to follow us on Twitter at MSN_Sports_TX. We'll keep you up to date on all the upcoming games on there. Adrian Olivas, another carry off the right side, about 3 yards to the 17. It's 3rd and 2, final 25 seconds. Both teams look like they'll take all 3 timeouts with them to the end of the game. Doesn't happen often. No second half timeouts were called. Final plays, 6 seconds, 5, a handoff. Adrian Olivas, can he score before the buzzer? And Olivas will. With zeros on the clock, Adrian Olivas scores his last high school touchdown. Good moment for him. Makes the lead 30 to 37-70. We'll see if they even try the extra point still or just elect not to. And El Dorado does have to come out for an extra point try. And they elect not to. Not worth it. That is a final from Jones AT&T Stadium on the campus of Texas Tech in Lubbock, Texas. The Richland Raiders, 5A Region 1 area champions, knocking off El Paso El Dorado here in round 2 of the 5A Division 1 Region 1 playoffs. The win for the Royals advanced them to 9-3 on the season. For the Aztecs, just their second loss of the year, 10-2. After a great season, the Aztec season comes to an end, but the Royals keep on marching. And we march into the Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth post-game show. And first, Millennium Sports and the Royals wish to thank tonight's broadcast sponsors: Origin Bank of DFW, Bank Original, More Than Air Heating and Air Conditioning of DFW, S&B Roofing, Exterior and Fencing of Keller, State Farm Agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth, State Farm is for life, Macero Mexican Restaurant Southlake in DFW, Our Country Homes, Custom Homes You Can Afford of DFW, Allied Pest Control of North Richland Hills in DFW, Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth, Cleveland and Company Electric of Weatherford, Texas, author James C. Bivens' book Walking Through the Valley of Grief, available now on Amazon, for the Richland Royals Touchdown Club, the Booster Club, and the Harris Ratings Weekly of Corinth and Van Harris. 70-37 the final. Quickly, our second half scoring. The Aztecs had the ball first. They went 6 plays, 71 yards. A 10-yard Ryan Estrada touchdown made the score 42-24. The Royals' next possession, they scored in just 5 plays, 46 yards, and a Ja'Shawn Gibson 24-yard touchdown run, put the Royals up 49-24. Then the Aztecs, 9 plays, turned it over on downs. Royals get the ball. They used just 7 plays to go 64 yards and a 17-yard touchdown pass from Brett Cates to Ja'Shawn Gibson. Made the score 56-24. Richland led. Then after another turnover on downs, Richland possessed the ball. 4 plays, 45 yards, and a Brett Cates to Aaron Brooks 45-yard touchdown pass made it 63-24. There late in the game, Richland 2 plays, 41-yard touchdown run from Musa Kurkula made it 70-24. And then right there at the end of the game, Adrian Olivas, a 14-yard touchdown run, made it 70-37. The final from Lubbock. Our game and scoring summary brought to you by Earlwood State Farm of Fort Worth. We'll take a break on the Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth post-game show. Return, we'll wrap up some other area scores and all going on, wrapping a bow on the area round of the Texas High School playoffs. 70-37 the final. Richland over El Paso El Dorado. Back in the postgame in a minute.
Welcome home. Our Country Homes, a third-generation DFW-owned custom builder. We focus on clients' needs, building homes on lots or at any of our 18 lifestyle communities. Call 817-229-0344 or go to ourcountryhomes.com. Enjoy.
S&B Roofing and Exteriors is faith-based, Fletcher family-owned, and fiercely driven, serving Keller and DFW since 2003. We have an exemplary record of installing quality roofing systems for commercial buildings and prestigious specialty homes. Our crew members each have over 10 years' experience as certified installers of Owens Corning and CertainTeed products. Your roof protects your biggest investment, your home. For help, call S&B Roofing and Exteriors at 817-281-6433 or see us online at snbroofing.com.
When you bundle home and auto, good things can happen. You get a local agent who can help you choose the right coverage for you at a price that's right for you.
Call State Farm Agent Earl Wood in Fort Worth today.
Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth post-game show. A happy Richland Royals and Fort Worth side of the state here tonight. as Richland takes care of West Texas and El Paso El Dorado 70-37 the final. Other final scores from the area brought to you by S&B Roofing of DFW. Mentioned a couple of finals from earlier tonight. 62-29 Byron Nelson over El Paso Eastwood. Denton Ryan finished a shutout on Abilene 59-0. South Lake Carroll, they've gone final 72-7 over San Angelo Central. Allen 41-7 victors over Lake Highlands. DeSoto a 60-28 final beating Longview. Argyle, they finally stopped scoring 77-35 the final against Abilene Cooper. Denton Geyer 44-14 winners against Dallas Jesuit. Prosper 50-24 over Richardson Berkner. The Capel Cowboys take care of business against the Richardson Eagles 38-7. Aledo a 42-0 shutout of Amarillo Tascosa. And that is a look at our other final scores. Brought to you by S&B Roofing of DFWs. Just heard me mentioning it, folks. Next week, a rematch, Richland and Denton Ryan. Likely Friday afternoon after Thanksgiving. You can expect it to be over at Capel, but wait for all those final words to come on our Twitter at MSN Sports_TX, and again on our YouTube page. You're watching it, listening to it now at Millennium Sports Network DFW. Appreciate everyone who tuned in with us tonight on this exciting trip out to Lubbock on a Friday. And we look to be back with the Royals next week against the Raiders. But before getting us here tonight, a lot of folks to thank for Birdville ISD Athletic Director Barry Norris, the Birdville FAAC Stadium Director and Assistant AD Lisa Master, for Richland Royals Head Coach Jed Cage, El Dorado Aztec Head Coach Frank Martinez, for our DFW local media, Dallas Morning News, High School Game Day, Fort Worth Star Telegram, Denton Record Chronicle, for Millennium Sports President John Frow, for play-by-play Brendan Snow, for my videographer Rick Snow, our sound coordinator Antonio Juarez. El Dorado versus Richland Area Championship Football is written, produced, and directed by John Frow and the Millennium Sports Network, copyright 2025. Yes. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I said so many about Aledo.
You've been listening to Millennium Sports' presentation of Richland Royals Area Championship Football. The Royals wish to thank tonight's broadcast sponsors: Origin Bank of DFW, More Than Air Heating and Air Conditioning of DFW, S&B Roofing Exterior and Fencing of Keller, State Farm Agent Earl Wood of Fort Worth, Our Country Homes of DFW, custom homes you can afford, Macero Mexican Restaurant, South Lake, Allied Pest Control of North Richland Hills and DFW, Old South Pancake House of Fort Worth, author James C. Bivens' book, Walking Through the Valley of Grief, available now on Amazon, Cleveland and Company Electric of Weatherford, Texas, Richland Touchdown Club, and Harris Ratings Weekly of Corinth and Van Harris. Join Millennium Sports next Friday night, November 28th at 6:25 p.m. for the Origin Bank pregame show as the Richland Royals meet either the Denton Ryan Raiders or the Abilene Eagles for the 5A Division I Region semifinals, with the kickoff at 7 p.m. This is the Millennium Sports Network.